Chapter 1. 737 AD. Planet Vegeta. Lu Fan looked up at the red sky, in a daze. Hey, what are you thinking about? Lu Fan. Suddenly, a childish voice sounded behind Lu Fan. It's Vegeta, right? Lu Fan didn't even look back, he immediately sensed the person behind him. The person who appeared behind Lu Fan was none other than the Prince of Planet Vegeta, the second male lead in the Dragon Ball world, Vegeta. Vegeta was only about 5 years old at this time. Lu Fan and Vegeta are the same age. Lu Fan is a Dragon Ball fan. One day, Lu Fan inexplicably traveled through time and space to this Dragon Ball world where stars can explode at will. Lu Fan became a scion in the Dragon Ball world. The gifted scion. Lu Fan's main job is to be Prince Vegeta's sparring partner. In other words, he is like Prince Vegeta's follower or servant. When he was 4 years old, which was last year, Lu Fan's combat power had reached 10,000. This made King Vegeta tremble a little. Fortunately, Vegeta also fought for King Vegeta and quickly caught up with Lu Fan, allowing King Vegeta's trembling heart to calm down. But then, Lu Fan's fighting power made King Vegeta and many scions a little confused. Because starting from this year, Lu Fan's combat effectiveness seemed to have some problems and began to decline seriously. In just 1 month, Lu Fan's combat effectiveness dropped from 10,000 to 5,000. By now, Lu Fan's combat power is only 500. You know, Lu Fan is Vegeta's sparring partner. Now the combat power of King Vegeta's sparring partner has become 500, which makes Vegeta feel helpless. Lu Fan, you recognized me by my voice just now, right? Vegeta smiled. No, through induction, even if you change your voice, I can know it's you without looking back. Lu Fan looked back and smiled. Vegeta was stunned for 2 seconds. Can't understand. What induction? I feel like you must have recognized me by my voice. But these are not the point. Hey, Lu Fan, what's wrong with you? Where is your fighting power? Vegeta gritted his teeth, feeling very unhappy. Just 3 minutes ago, Vegeta pressed the detector on his eyes and found that Lu Fan's combat power had dropped to 500. Your combat effectiveness is so low. How can you still be my sparring partner? Beep. As soon as Vegeta finished speaking, a prompt sound came from the detector. Vegeta took a closer look and once again felt a hint of shock and helplessness. Combat power 200. Vegeta discovered that Lu Fan's combat power had become 200. It has dropped from 500 to 200. My sparring partner is useless. Completely ruined. 200 combat power. Lu Fan pondered. Hey, what are you thinking? I noticed that you are not panicked at all. Vegeta said. Your Highness, I have actually been thinking about a question. Lu Fan held his chin in thought. This look seemed very inconsistent with his age, giving people a very mature feeling. What's the problem? You should think about your fighting ability. Vegeta snorted, with such little fighting ability, how can you be my sparring partner in the future? Your fighting ability is not even as strong as that of a cultivated person. Combat effectiveness is just an appearance to me. Lu Fan shook his head. What do you mean? What appearance? Vegeta was stunned for 2 seconds and didn't understand. I'm studying a new skill. Lu Fan said with a smile. What? Researching what? Vegeta didn't understand. Destruction. Lu Fan explained. Destruction? What the hell is that? Vegeta didn't quite understand. Although Vegeta has also seen gods of destruction Beerus. But Vegeta did not associate destruction with gods of destruction Beerus. As long as you don't think about anything else and only think about destruction, you will have an unexpected gain. Lu Fan said. Humph, you'd better stop messing around with these things. Use this time to think about your combat effectiveness. Vegeta snorted. What destruction are we studying? Is that thing useful? The most important issue now is to quickly improve our combat effectiveness. One day, I will condense destruction to infinity. Lu Fan said, and a purple-red light suddenly appeared in the palm of his hand. This purple-red light spot is only the size of a sesame seed. It's really too small. It's so small that you can't see it unless you look carefully. Humph, it just changed the color of the energy, Vegeta snorted. Forget it, it doesn't matter. You are still young, it's normal that you don't understand. Lu Fan smiled slightly. Vegeta. Who is younger? We are obviously the same age. But Vegeta didn't argue. Because in normal times, Vegeta would listen to Lu Fan on many things. Lu Fan's performance was also very mature. This is also the reason why King Vegeta chose Lu Fan as Vegeta's sparring partner. King Vegeta also hopes that his son will grow up as soon as possible so that he can take over his throne. Do you want to become a Super Saiyan? Lu Fan suddenly asked. What did you say? Vegeta was stunned, his eyes widened, and his face showed shock. You're taking a big turn. We are discussing your combat effectiveness. How did you end up on Super Saiyan? But then, Vegeta shook his head vigorously. Humph, Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan God are just ancient heroic legends. You are not naive enough to think that Super Saiyans exist in our world, right? Vegeta snorted. What if I say I know how to become a Super Saiyan? Lu Fan smiled. Are you kidding me? Vegeta was stunned. He slapped his forehead and suddenly realized, were you thinking about how to become a Super Saiyan when you were in a daze just now? That's not important, just tell me whether you want it or not. Lu Fan smiled slightly. Humph, if I can really become a Super Saiyan, of course I would be willing to do it. Vegeta nodded vigorously. Then let's go. Lu Fan called. Depart? Where to? Vegeta was a little confused. Why can't I keep up with you? Let's go to a planet called Earth first. Lu Fan pondered. Earth? Vegeta was stunned. What kind of place is that? I'll tell you the coordinates, leave immediately. Lu Fan said with a smile. Are you in such a hurry? Vegeta looked at Lu Fan strangely, with a doubtful expression on his young face. Can you really make me a Super Saiyan? Chapter 2. Of course, I have already mastered how to become a Super Saiyan. Lu Fan nodded. Then tell me, what is the solution? Vegeta asked hurriedly. Don't worry, let's leave this planet first. Lu Fan suggested. Humph, why are you in such a hurry to leave planet Vegeta? Vegeta snorted. Also, if you can really become a Super Saiyan, why don't you become a Super Saiyan yourself? Instead, take me with you. Don't you want to be the number one in the universe? So much nonsense. Lu Fan shook his head and walked to the opposite side of Vegeta. What? Vegeta snorted. Bang! Lu Fan suddenly attacked and gently slapped Vegeta on the back of the neck. Vegeta was hit on the spot before he even had time to react. The next moment, Vegeta's consciousness became blurred, his body went limp, and he fainted on the spot. Lu Fan stepped forward, grabbed Vegeta's tail, and lifted him up. Call out! Lu Fan flew into the sky and slowly walked towards the Universe spacecraft launch base. It didn't take long before Lu Fan dragged Vegeta's tail and arrived at the spacecraft launch base. Seeing Lu Fan grabbing Vegeta's tail and coming to the spacecraft launch base, the staff at the spacecraft launch base were all a little confused. Is that His Royal Highness the Prince? How did His Royal Highness let his sparring partner catch him by the tail? And His Royal Highness the Prince seems a little listless. But this is normal. After all, if the tail is caught, it will definitely have no strength. Give me a small universe spaceship. I want to accompany His Royal Highness the Prince out for training. Lu Fan called. The two staff members looked at Lu Fan without blinking, and then looked at Prince Vegeta in Lu Fan's hand. Well, His Royal Highness is training his tail. Lu Fan smiled. After all, the tail is our Scion's weakness, it's a good thing to overcome it as soon as possible. The two staff members suddenly realized. As expected of His Royal Highness the Prince. Do I have to overcome the weakness of my tail at such a young age? We have not yet overcome our weaknesses. But why does it feel like His Royal Highness the Prince has fainted? But these are not the point. Both of these staff members also knew Lu Fan. This Lu Fan was once a leader among Scion's younger generation. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to become Vegeta's sparring partner. What a pity, he has changed so much in the past year. The combat power plummeted from 10,000 to 200. Oh my god! Now this kid's combat power is only 200? I remember it was 1000 before. His Royal Highness's sparring partner is completely useless. It can be seen from this that His Royal Highness can only let his sparring partner hone his tail. Okay, please wait, I will arrange the universe spacecraft immediately. The staff member did not doubt it. Just as the staff member finished speaking, several young men walked over from a distance. This is a team of 5. Among the team, there was a young man with a completely bald head, without a single hair. There was also a young boy whose hair was so long that it was almost as long as his calves. Lu Fan knew both of these young men. One is Nappa and the other is Raditz. Hey? Lu Fan? Are you going out too? Raditz asked. Yeah, let's go out for a walk. Lu Fan nodded. Is this His Highness Vegeta? Raditz had already noticed Vegeta being dragged from behind. Your Highness was training the weak spot on his tail when he accidentally fainted. Lu Fan said with a smile. Ha ha ha, it seems that the weakness in the tail is not so easy to overcome. Raditz's mouth twitched. Even Vegeta-sama can faint when he is honing the weak spot on his tail. I'd better not hone my weaknesses. It's simply suffering. Moreover, there are too few aliens who know our Scion weaknesses. Besides, even if they knew, I wouldn't necessarily let them catch me. Besides, if he really caught my tail, I would just cut it off myself. It's not worth it to spend time working on your weaknesses. Where are you planning to go? Raditz asked again. Lu Fan smiled but said nothing. Ah. I don't mean anything else. I mean, do you want us to team up together? Raditz suggested, looking a little excited. Hehe, with you and Vegeta-sama joining us, our team will definitely be even more powerful and sweep across the universe. Raditz, you don't know yet, do you? The combat power of His Highness's sparring partner has dropped from 10,000 to 1,000. Bah, it's 200. Nappa said, pressing the detector on his eyes and couldn't help but spit at Raditz. Raditz. Raditz wiped his face. What are you doing? Nappa. Raditz said angrily. I didn't mean it. I was just scared by his fighting ability. Nappa said quickly. What? Your combat power dropped from 10,000 to 1,000? No, it's 200. Raditz also discovered through the detector that Lu Fan's combat power was only 200. Weird, right? Lu Fan smiled. Raditz. You'll get used to it. Lu Fan said with a smile. Raditz, Nappa and others were speechless. You really can keep your composure. Lu Fan, the universe spaceship for you and His Royal Highness the Prince is ready. The staff member stepped forward and greeted Lu Fan. As he spoke, the staff member pointed to a small universe spaceship in front. Lu Fan nodded slightly, then grabbed Vegeta's tail, dragged Vegeta on the ground, and walked towards the direction of the universe spaceship. Raditz. Nappa. After seeing this scene, several people present wiped their sweat vigorously. Poor Prince. During the time you were unconscious, you were treated like a mop by your sparring partner. Speaking of which, Lu Fan's combat power has dropped to 200, but he still looks so calm. It's really admirable. A young man sighed. Maybe he's just being mysterious. Nappa smiled. He looks calm on the surface, but he must be upset inside. Raditz shook his head. From a genius to a loser, this is a big blow. You're right. The other boy nodded. Let's get going as well. Nappa suggested. Call out. Lu Fan's universe spaceship flew into the starry sky and soon left planet Vegeta. Not long after, another small universe spaceship also crossed the starry sky and sped away in another direction. Chapter 3. The Vast Universe, the Sea of Stars. A large universe spaceship is hovering near the star field where planet Vegeta is located. On the universe spacecraft, Frisia sat in the aircraft, holding a red wine glass, silently tasting the delicious red wine. Sir Frisia, more and more scions have returned to planet Vegeta. Dodoria stepped forward and said, except for a few scions who are still in more distant galaxies and are returning a little late. Oh haha, I'm looking forward to it. Frisia let out a strange laugh and his triangular eyes narrowed slightly. It is estimated that in about 4 months, basically all scion will return to planet Vegeta. Dodoria continued. Then let's set it for 4 months later, and enjoy the fireworks released by planet Vegeta. Frisia took a sip of red wine and smiled even brighter. Yes, Master Frisia. Dodoria responded respectfully, but Master Frisia, Super Scion or Super Scion God, this is just a heroic legend among scions. Although it's just a heroic legend, I can't help but feel a little uneasy. Frisia snorted, besides, the Scions are a group of arrogant guys. Once they become powerful, they will rebel against me sooner or later. Your Excellency Frisia, 2 small spaceships from the universe have been spotted leaving planet Vegeta in 2 different directions. At this time, another younger brother came forward to report. This little brother is called Sabo, he has a handsome face and is about the same strength as Dodoria. Oh? Who is it? Frisia rubbed his nose, a hint of murderous intent appeared in his eyes. How dare you leave planet Vegeta at this time? Didn't I let all their scions stay on that planet? The oldest scion on these 2 universe ships is only 10 years old, and most of the others are around 5 or 6 years old, Sabo replied. Turns out they are a group of little monkeys. Are they going out for some training? The murderous intent in Frisia's eyes gradually dissipated. It seems so. Sabo replied, on one of the universe ships is Prince Vegeta and his sparring partner Lu Fan. Are they the 2? Frisia obviously knew Vegeta and Lu Fan. It is said that they are both gifted among the young men of this generation. Yes, Lord Frisia, that is the truth, Sabo responded. But Lord Frisia, I heard that there are some problems with Lu Fan's combat power. Dodoria responded, Lu Fan's combat power peaked at 10,000 when he was 4 years old last year. If he continues to grow at this rate, he will probably be even more terrifying in the future. But the problem is that his combat power has been declining this year, and his combat power has dropped to around 1,000 a while ago. I have also heard about his declining combat power. Frisia nodded slightly and pondered, is there something wrong with his training? Let's see how strong he is now. Sabo smiled and immediately instructed a younger brother beside him, investigate the fighting strength of Vegeta and the scion named Lu Fan. Yes, the younger brother responded, tapping on the buttons of the computer. The data will come out soon. What? Only 200? This little monkey Lu Fan is completely useless. Sabo shook his head and sighed slightly. Has his combat power dropped to 200 again? Dodoria was also speechless. This gifted little monkey, I think the shadow area in his heart is gradually expanding. What about Vegeta's fighting ability? Sabo asked his younger brother again. Lord Sabo, Vegeta's combat power has reached a height of 15,000, the younger brother immediately replied. What? At the age of 5, his combat power has reached 15,000. Dodoria exclaimed. This guy is worthy of being the Prince of Sion. Sabo also had cold sweat on his face, if we let him grow like this, I'm afraid it will be very dangerous. Sir Frisia, do you want to shoot them down? Dodoria asked. Frisia rested his chin on his hand in silent thought. And after a brief silence. Forget it, let him be. If we kill their prince now, it will definitely attract the attention of those wild monkeys, and the scions outside will not come back. Frisia shook his head and pondered, it doesn't matter. He only has 15,000 combat power. With the strength of the 2 of you, you can easily kill him. Yes, Lord Frisia. Sabo and Dodoria bowed together. But we still have to keep a close eye on Vegeta's every move. After we destroy planet Vegeta, if his fighting power continues to increase dramatically, we can go over and destroy him as well. Frisia smiled. Mr. Frisia is wise. Sabo and Dodoria saluted again. Call out. Talking. Another spherical mini-universe spaceship streaked across the starry sky, speeding towards the direction of Lu Fan and Vegeta's universe spaceship. Sir Frisia, another scion has left planet Vegeta. The younger brother immediately reported, this time it's a scion about 3 years old. His combat power is only 2, at the end, I felt a little reluctant to continue. Only 2 combat power. Frisia smiled even brighter. Don't worry about him. Just let him be. He can't cause any trouble. This guy should be Sion's discarded child. Call out. Lu Fan's universe spaceship streaked across the starry sky, leaving a golden arc in the air. The universe spacecraft traveled for about 2 hours. Vegeta finally woke up. Vegeta turned his head and looked around. Is this on the universe spaceship? Vegeta was stunned for a moment, then glared at Lu Fan. Are you awake? Vegeta. Lu Fan smiled. Humph, you dare to attack me? Vegeta said with a cold face. You have too many questions. It's not hard enough to continue explaining to you, so I have to knock you out. Lu Fan smiled. Damn it. Vegeta bared his teeth and was about to fight back. Don't do it here. Do you want the universe spaceship to be destroyed and the two of us to die in the universe space? Lu Fan waved his hand and said to Vegeta. Vegeta also reacted suddenly and retracted his fist immediately. Anyway, this kid can't run away. I'll give him a good beating after we land. If we fight now, if we accidentally damage the universe spaceship, we might actually die in the universe space. This is probably the only shortcoming of our scion. Lu Fan sighed. Chapter 4. What? What shortcoming? Vegeta didn't react yet. I'm talking about the universe space. We scion can't survive in the universe space, right? Lu Fan said. Lu Fan has verified this point and has asked many tribesmen. Scions really cannot survive in the universe space. Enter the universe and die quickly. Moreover, Lu Fan had a deeper understanding of these when he read Dragon Ball comics or anime in his previous life. When watching the anime, Son Goku turned into a Super Saiyan God and fought Beerus. Although the two were far away from the Earth, they did not actually enter the universe space. The area where Son Goku and Beerus fought was in the Earth's outer atmosphere. This area is very far away from the Earth, but there is still thin air. Hey, what did I think you were going to say? Vegeta snorted, we scions can't survive in the universe. There are so many races in the universe, but only a handful can survive in the universe. There's nothing to be surprised about. What if someone destroys our planet Vegeta one day? Lu Fan asked. Don't let your imagination run wild here. Who dares to destroy our planet? We scions are a fighting nation. It's already very good that we don't destroy other people's planets. Vegeta shook his head and thought Lu Fan's idea was really weird. What if that guy Frieza doesn't like us? Lu Fan said with a smile. Are you kidding? Vegeta snorted, he still dislikes us? I also dislike that guy. One day I will trample him under my feet. I am Vegeta, the number one in the universe. I have ambition. Lu Fan nodded. Humph, you mentioned Super Saiyan before, can you tell me about it now? Vegeta glanced at Lu Fan. I did find a way to become a Super Saiyan in an ancient book. Lu Fan smiled. What? Really? Vegeta was surprised and happy, tell me what the solution is. There is a kind of S cell in our scion's body. When this cell reaches a certain number, through their own huge emotional fluctuations, they will become Super Saiyan. Lu Fan told the truth. Just a Super Saiyan, Lu Fan didn't even take him seriously. Lu Fan is not interested in this. Lu Fan's biggest goal is to condense his destruction to infinity. Although it is only the size of a sesame seed now. But Lu Fan also thought about it carefully. The cohesion of destruction is actually very simple. As long as you don't think about anything else and only think about destruction, you can unleash your power to the fullest. Moreover, Lu Fan learned this through the words of Beerus in the Dragon Ball Super comics. Destruction without limit. Based on what Beerus said, Lu Fan has been studying destruction during this period. Sure enough, not thinking about anything else but only thinking about destruction really made Lu Fan successful. This is also the reason why Lu Fan looked up at the sky in a daze at the beginning on planet Vegeta. Destruction, that is the skill cultivated by God. Lu Fan has now switched to divine power, so it is normal for the combat power value displayed by the detector to decline. Frieza's detector cannot display the power value. Lu Fan was only thinking about destruction, and was also considering whether he could increase the size and power of the destruction. As for Super Saiyan or something, Lu Fan is not very interested. No matter how powerful a Super Saiyan is, he is still not enough to be defeated by just one finger of Gods of Destruction Beerus. Even if the future Son Goku achieves true Ultra Instinct, he is still no match for Gods of Destruction Beerus. From this we can see that infinite destruction is what Lu Fan pursues. Of course, Lu Fan didn't intend to become the Gods of Destruction. I am just practicing destruction. I'm not going to be a Gods of Destruction. After all, Gods of Destruction and Supreme Kai need to share life. Lu Fan is worried that after he becomes the Gods of Destruction in the future, if he encounters someone who cannot defeat him, he will go and destroy Supreme Kai. Then if I disappear along with Supreme Kai, that would be really f***ed up. So how do we increase the S cells in our bodies? Vegeta asked. It's very simple, just have a peaceful heart. Lu Fan said with a smile. What peace of mind? Vegeta was stunned. It's just like this. Lu Fan said, and suddenly appeared in front of Vegeta. Vegeta's pupils shrank sharply and his face changed color slightly. How does this guy move? Why is the speed so fast? Bang! Lu Fan punched Vegeta in the chest. Puff! Vegeta spat out a mouthful of acid at that moment and felt unwell all over. The next moment, Vegeta knelt on the ground, holding his stomach. Damn it! What do you want to do? Are you going to launch a sneak attack here again? Vegeta was furious and all the energy in his body exploded. With that said, Vegeta was about to launch a fierce attack towards Lu Fan. Wait a minute. Lu Fan waved his hand, signaling Vegeta to stop. What? Vegeta snorted, you'd better apologize to me as soon as possible, or I'll stop on a random planet and I'll definitely punish you. Look, how can you have a peaceful heart like this? Lu Fan said with a smile. Vegeta was stunned. The so-called peaceful mind means that no matter what happens, you should stay calm, instead of having a hot temper like you do, Lu Fan explained. Vegeta. I understand what you mean. You mean I should not fight back or talk back when I'm hit or scolded, right? Vegeta's face darkened. That's about what I mean. Lu Fan nodded. Vegeta felt unwell. How can there be such a boring training method? Does this Super Saiyan you are talking about actually exist? Vegeta roared. Vegeta, why not give it a try? Lu Fan said with a smile. Vegeta thought about it carefully. Yes. Why not give it a try? Maybe I can really become a Super Saiyan. Words are not enough. I want to see the ancient book you picked up. Vegeta said. Let me destroy it. Lu Fan replied. Vegeta. If Frieza saw that kind of book, who knows how much trouble it would cause. Lu Fan smiled and said, I have said everything I need to say. Believe it or not. Tisk, then I'll try to practice your way for a year. If I still can't become a Super Saiyan by then, hey, you know what the consequences will be. Vegeta snorted. Yeah, come on. Lu Fan wasn't angry. In fact, although Lu Fan said on the surface that he had no interest in Super Saiyan. But in this kind of situation, it would be best if you could transform. If I use destruction after transforming, will the power be greater? Of course, Lu Fan also needs to verify this himself. Therefore, Lu Fan is also honing his inner self, allowing himself to grow up as quickly as possible and increase the S cells in his body. Chapter 5. Hey, Lu Fan, where are we going? Vegeta asked, looking at the track. Earth. Lu Fan replied. Earth. Vegeta quickly stepped forward and searched for some relevant information about the Earth on the computer. After seeing the information about the Earth, Vegeta was speechless. Why go to such a boring planet? This planet is worthless. Even if we capture it, we can't sell it for a good price. Vegeta shook his head in disappointment. We didn't go to Earth to capture their planet. Lu Fan smiled, we went there to live a better life with them. What? Are you going to get married and have children on that planet? Vegeta snorted. That's not impossible. Lu Fan nodded. Vegeta. Don't tell me that going to Earth is also for us to become Super Saiyan as soon as possible. Vegeta seemed to understand. You guessed it right. Living on Earth can indeed help us grow the S cells in our bodies as quickly as possible. Lu Fan replied. Vegeta remained silent. Let's wait and see. It's too early to say anything now. Anyway, I will settle the score with you when we get to Earth. You take a rest, I'm going to continue studying my destruction. Lu Fan greeted. Humph, is this the tone you use to talk to a prince? Vegeta said with a dark face. Lu Fan ignored Vegeta, turned around and walked to the window, looking up at the vast starry sky. The starry sky is beautiful. But Lu Fan knew clearly that his current strength was far from enough. My current strength is at most 10 times stronger than Frieza. Of course, Lu Fan had no intention of challenging Frieza at all. There's no need for that. Anyway, Frieza never provoked Lu Fan. Killing Frieza is a boring thing to do. As for whether planet Vegeta will be destroyed, it has nothing to do with Lu Fan. Besides, the real mastermind behind the destruction of planet Vegeta is Gods of Destruction Beerus. Of course, Beerus can't be blamed for this. The main reason why Beerus wants to destroy planet Vegeta is to maintain the balance of the universe. Besides, Lu Fan doesn't have any relatives on planet Vegeta. Not long after Lu Fan was born, his parents died in a battle. There are too many similar incidents among Sion. After all, Sion is a fighting nation. It is normal to be killed by others if you invade them. Oh? There's a mini-universe spaceship that seems to be in a similar orbit to ours. Vegeta suddenly discovered a spherical universe spaceship appearing behind him. Lu Fan didn't say anything. If Lu Fan's guess is correct, the person in the universe spaceship is probably the future Son Goku. Let me see who is following us. Vegeta operated on the computer and quickly found out the other party's identity. After seeing the opponent's identity and fighting ability, Vegeta showed a look of disdain on his face. So he's also a Scion, a low-ranking warrior among low-ranking warriors. Vegeta snorted, this guy's combat power is only 2, no wonder he was exiled to a worthless planet like Earth. His name is Kakarot, right? Lu Fan asked with a smile. Yes, Burdok's youngest son Kakarot. Vegeta nodded. Vegeta. Lu Fan suddenly said with a serious look. What? Vegeta was stunned. Forget it, I won't say anything, for fear of discouraging you. Lu Fan said. Vegeta. Vegeta was immediately furious. Is there anyone who only says half the words like you do? You've made me want to listen further. Finally you stopped talking. Are you kidding me? Look, you're angry again Vegeta, when will you be able to become a Super Saiyan like this? Lu Fan said with a smile. Vegeta. It's up to you, you can say it or not. Vegeta snorted. Okay, I won't say any more. Lu Fan said. Vegeta felt unwell. There was a brief silence. Hurry up and tell me. Vegeta bared his teeth. Well, I'll tell you. This man named Kakarot, if nothing unexpected happens, will become your biggest rival in the future. Lu Fan sighed. What did you say? Vegeta looked at Lu Fan as if he were an idiot. Then, Vegeta turned and walked away. UFGBD. What nonsense are you talking about? A low-level warrior with a combat power of only 2 will become my biggest rival in the future? Lu Fan, Lu Fan, you really disappoint this prince. If you said that you would become my biggest rival in the future, maybe I would believe you. After all, your fighting ability once surpassed mine. Although your combat power is only 200 now. However, if you improve your combat capability in the future, it is possible. But a low-level warrior with a combat power of only 2. Hey, is it possible? I could kill him with just a fart. Vegeta went straight back to his room. And this guy Lu Fan? There was simply no way to chat. It takes at least a month to travel from here to Earth. Lu Fan was not idle either, and took advantage of this time to continue studying his own destruction. The reason why Lu Fan brought Vegeta along was mainly because when he watched Dragon Ball, he liked this guy with personality. Now that I've traveled through time and become your sparring partner, I'll give you a hand. A month passed quickly. Lu Fan can now stand at the window of the universe spacecraft and see the familiar yet unfamiliar blue planet. Earth. I am coming. 10 minutes later. Lu Fan's universe spacecraft entered the sky above the Earth. Snap. 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 Lu Fan performed some magical operations on the computer on the universe spacecraft. The universe spacecraft changed from autopilot to manual pilot. Lu Fan controls the universe spacecraft and flies rapidly across the planet. Hey, Lu Fan, what are you doing? Vegeta had already sensed that they had arrived at their destination, so he walked out of the room and instructed Lu Fan. Looking for a suitable location to land. Lu Fan controlled the universe spacecraft and said without turning his head. Just find a place to stop. Vegeta said speechlessly. There is no such word as casually in my dictionary, Lu Fan replied confidently. Vegeta. Vegeta had nothing to object to. I want to see where you are going to park the universe spacecraft. The universe spacecraft circled the Earth several times and finally landed in a family's yard. During this time, Vegeta also saw Kakarot's universe spaceship flying down from the sky at high speed, crashing into the mountainside in the distance, startling many birds and beasts. Crack! The universe spacecraft landed in the courtyard of the Universal Capsule Group headquarters. Chapter 6. The appearance of the universe spaceship gave Bulma's family a little surprise. Because a spaceship flew over their house once before. Now, we are back again. Dad, is it an alien? Bulma asked her father, Dr. Briefs. It seems so. Dr. Briefs adjusted his glasses. What are aliens doing in our house? Bulma's mother Bridget looked at the advanced universe spaceship curiously. I don't know, I hope there won't be any danger, said Dr. Briefs. Da-da-da. Bulma quickly ran into the room and took out the laser gun she had just made. Bulma, it's okay. Dad is here and he will protect you. Dr. Briefs said, alien life forms are not unreasonable. They must have something to ask us, or maybe they are just here for tourism. Just in case. My gun is very powerful. Bulma nodded. Crack. The hatch of the universe spacecraft opens. Vegeta in front and Lu Fan behind walk down from the spaceship. Aliens. Bulma was stunned for a moment. What? They look no different from us, and they're so short. Dr. Briefs said nothing. Humph, is this Earth? The environment is pretty good, right? Vegeta looked around, smiled lightly, and glanced at Bulma and the other three in the distance. Hello, we are from the distant planet Vegeta. My name is Lu Fan and he is Vegeta. Lu Fan stepped forward and introduced himself politely to Bulma's family. Tisk. Vegeta snorted, showing a look of disdain. What is there to say to the people on Earth? Lu Fan, you are really bad. They really are aliens. They look pretty much like us humans, except they're smaller. Bulma was fearless like a newborn calf. I'm smaller because we're about the same age, Lu Fan said with a smile. Hey? They're about the same age. How old are you? Bulma asked curiously. 5 years old. Lu Fan held up 5 fingers. I'm 5 years old too, so we're the same age. Bulma said quickly. Oh my, it's amazing that aliens can come to another planet at the age of 5. Dr. Briefs exclaimed, are you here for tourism? Humph, what traveling? How childish. We are here to invade this planet. Vegeta snorted. Bang. Lu Fan couldn't help it any longer, and with a shake of his body, he slapped Vegeta on the back of the neck. Vegeta didn't even have time to react before he was hit on the spot. Vegeta fell to the ground limply, already fainted. At the moment when Vegeta was dizzy, Vegeta suddenly thought of. What the FK? Didn't I say that I would give this guy a good beating as soon as we land? Then this guy attacked me again. It's so hateful. I forgot something so important. Just wait for me, wait until I wake up and see how I deal with you. He was just joking, don't take it seriously. Lu Fan said with a smile. You're only 5 years old and you're already invading our planet? How childish. Bulma snorted and waved the laser gun in her hand, my gun is very powerful. This is the prince of our planet. He may be too tired from the journey. I hope you don't mind. Lu Fan explained quickly. Prince? You said he is the prince of your planet. Bulma wiped her sweat, I feel that if your prince is really like this, I'm afraid your planet is doomed. You're right. Our clan does have big problems. It's very likely that there will only be a very small number of people left in the future. Lu Fan nodded. You're quite easy to talk to. Bulma smiled, and her vigilance relaxed. She then asked casually, he's a prince, and what about you? I am His Royal Highness the Prince's sparring partner. Lu Fan replied. Sparring partner? Bulma was slightly startled. In other words, a follower. Lu Fan grinned, revealing a mouthful of white teeth. Bulma. Dr. Briefs. Bridget. Bulma's family of 3 were speechless for a while. Are you a follower? How could a follower like you knock your prince out in one fell swoop? This is the first time we have seen a follower take the initiative. What are you doing here? Are you really here for tourism? Dr. Briefs asked again, if you are here for tourism, I can be your guide. I am very familiar with our planet. Where is your warehouse? Lu Fan asked directly. Warehouse? Dr. Briefs was stunned for 2 seconds. You're moving at a pretty fast pace. Why are you suddenly asking me where my warehouse is? What are you looking for a warehouse for? However, Dr. Briefs did not ask why, but pointed to a warehouse not far away. Wait a moment. Lu Fan walked towards the warehouse. Crunch. Lu Fan pushed open the door of the warehouse. Bulma followed curiously. What are you doing in our warehouse? Although the things in the warehouse are old and useless. But that's also my family's stuff. Bang. Invisible energy is released from Lu Fan's hands. Suddenly, all the items in the warehouse were suspended in mid-air. Bulma behind Lu Fan widened her eyes in shock. Lu Fan easily found the Dragon Ball among these suspended objects. It's a 2-star Dragon Ball. Found it. Lu Fan grabbed the Dragon Ball in mid-air. Call out. The Dragon Ball just flew into Lu Fan's hands out of thin air. Hey? Do you have special abilities? Bulma came back to her senses immediately. It's not really a special ability. It's just a form of energy control. Lu Fan said with a smile. That's amazing. Bulma showed an expression of admiration. After Lu Fan got the Dragon Ball, he took the Dragon Ball and walked to Dr. Briefs. Doctor, I know you are the greatest scientist on this planet. Lu Fan said. Ha ha ha. I feel a little embarrassed when you say that. Dr. Briefs was overjoyed. You really know how to tell the truth. Aliens are pretty real. But you are right, I am indeed the most outstanding and greatest scientist on this planet. Dr. Briefs adjusted his glasses and his expression became serious. This thing in my hand is called Dragon Ball. There are 7 of them, scattered all over the world. Can you help me make a Dragon Ball radar? Lu Fan stated his purpose. Lu Fan came to Earth to find the Dragon Ball. On the way, Lu Fan also told Vegeta this. Scion's biggest weakness is that they cannot survive in the universe space. No matter how strong you are, if someone destroys the planet you live on, you will be unable to escape. Therefore, Lu Fan wants to use Shenron to realize the ability to survive in the universe. Chapter 7. Let me see, said Dr. Briefs. Lu Fan handed the Dragon Ball to Dr. Briefs. Dr. Briefs took the Dragon Ball, studied it carefully with a magnifying glass, nodded gently, and replied, this little thing is not simple, it emits weak light waves. Well, maybe we can use these light waves to find the whereabouts of other Dragon Balls. No problem, leave it to me, it will be ready in about 3 hours. Thank you so much, Doctor. Lu Fan nodded in thanks. Hey, what will happen if we collect all 7 Dragon Balls? Bulma asked curiously. After you gather all 7 Dragon Balls, just say come out, Shenron, and a Shenron will appear. You can make any wish through Shenron. Lu Fan had nothing to hide, so he told the truth. Really? Bulma asked doubtfully. Bulma, you just have some fun with Lu Fan first. I'm going to make the Dragon Ball radar. Dr. Briefs realized that Lu Fan had no ill intentions, so he was relieved and said to his wife Bridget, you go prepare some food for the child. Lu Fan, your eating habits are similar to ours, right? Are there any dietary restrictions? Bridget asked politely. No, thank you. Lu Fan replied politely. Then I'll go prepare some snacks and fruits. Bridget said. Thank you for your help. Lu Fan replied. Bulma's parents left soon after. Only Lu Fan, Bulma, and Vegeta who had fainted were left at the scene. What should we do? Bulma asked. Like a slide. Lu Fan. Do you really think of me as a 5-year-old child? Play on the slide? Want to try something exciting? Lu Fan asked with a smile. Exciting? What? Bulma asked curiously. Fission. Lu Fan grinned. Flying. Bulma didn't understand. Come, I'll take you flying. Lu Fan said, walked forward, picked up Bulma, and flew into the sky immediately. Ah! Bulma exclaimed loudly. But soon, Bulma felt the pleasure of flying in the sky. It's really exciting. We're flying so high, the clouds are right under our feet. Bulma sighed. You can fly even higher. Lu Fan said, you must hold on to me tightly, or you will be smashed into pieces if you fall. I don't want to be a meat bun. Bulma was a little scared and held Lu Fan tightly. Lu Fan continued to fly rapidly upwards into the sky. Where are we going? Lu Fan. Bulma asked innocently. Take you to a good place. Lu Fan said with a smile. What? Bulma looked confused, are you going to take me to a paradise on Earth? I guess so, but it's not a fairyland, it's a temple. Lu Fan said. Temple? Is that where God lives? Bulma's eyes widened, holding the laser gun tightly in her hand. Yes, it is where the gods on Earth live. Lu Fan nodded. Temple. The god looked a little solemn. What happened? Lord God? Mr. Popo asked. Indeed, a terrible thing happened. Just 10 minutes ago, 2 spaceships from the universe landed on Earth. They must be alien visitors. The god said in a deep voice, I don't know whether their arrival will bring blessing or disaster to the Earth. Have aliens come to Earth? Mr. Popo also frowned, but then he was not surprised. Lord God, aliens have come to Earth before, such as three-eyed people, werewolves, beastmen, etc. They were not native to Earth at first. I always feel that the aliens who came this time, give me a bad feeling. The god said in a deep voice, and glanced at the bottom of the earth from the edge of the temple. Oh! That 3-year-old child met Son Gohan, and Son Gohan took him home. He is still young, so he can't cause any trouble. Where are the people on the other spaceship? Asked Mr. Popo. Actually, what worries me the most are the aliens on another spaceship. There are 2 of them. Their universe spaceship has circled the Earth several times before. I don't know what they were looking for, and finally landed at the headquarters of the Universal Capsule Group, the home of Dr. Briefs. The god sighed. With the level of alien technology, do we still need to ask Dr. Briefs to invent something? Mr. Popo was a little puzzled. Although Dr. Briefs is the most outstanding scientist on Earth, his level seems to be a little lacking when looking at the entire universe. Why, they are coming. The god's face changed again and again. What? Mr. Popo was stunned. They are coming towards the temple. He is flying up. Can he sense my aura? The god immediately became alert. Mr. Popo was so scared that cold sweat broke out on his face. This is a temple. Someone actually flew to the temple. Hey? Lu Fan, look, there's a city in the sky. Bulma said in surprise when she saw the temple floating in the air. Yet. Lu Fan nodded. You knew that? Bulma asked. This is the temple, where the gods live. Lu Fan smiled. God? Does God really exist? Bulma's eyes widened, her face full of anticipation and nervousness. Yes. Lu Fan replied. So excited. I want to see what God looks like. He must be very handsome, right? Bulma asked excitedly. I'm afraid you will be disappointed. Lu Fan smiled. Call out. Lu Fan and Bulma turned into a white light. Bang! Lu Fan flew up to the temple and landed on the temple grounds holding Bulma. The god looked at Lu Fan, his expression became unusually heavy. Because the gods could sense that although this alien was young, he gave people a feeling of fear. Hello, God of Earth. Lu Fan greeted. Who are you? What are you doing on Earth? The god said with a cold face. Don't be hostile, I'm a very friendly person. Lu Fan grinned, showing an innocent smile, I'm here just to accompany Bulma around, there's no other intention. Tenjin. Mr. Popo. The 2 looked at each other. Are you really just here for a visit? Is there anyone who spins like this? After turning around, it finally came to the temple on Earth. Lu Fan, is that man God? Bulma tugged at Lu Fan's sleeve and asked in a low voice. That's right. Lu Fan nodded. He looks so weird, with green skin. Bulma stuck out her tongue, who's that black guy next to him? Mr. Popo. Mr. Popo obviously heard what Bulma said. Who are you calling a black egg? This little girl is really rude. Chapter 8. Let's go. Lu Fan said to Bulma. Are we leaving now? Bulma was stunned, then nodded. That's fine. The temple doesn't look like anything special. I thought there were a lot of fun things here. But, apart from a few buildings, there's nothing special. Then let's go. Lu Fan said. Then, Lu Fan stepped forward, hugged Bulma, and jumped down from the temple. Tenjin. Mr. Popo. The 2 were stunned again. Are you really just here for a visit? The god was completely speechless. This alien is so weird. I went to the temple, but left without doing anything. What exactly does he want to do? Lord God, what does he mean? Mr. Popo was puzzled. I can see that this person possesses powerful energy. But fortunately, this energy is relatively pure and does not contain much evil. The god sighed, as long as he does not mess around on Earth, let him be. It is possible that he really came here for tourism. Mr. Popo was skeptical. Are you really here for tourism? Lu Fan and Bulma slowly descended from the temple. Lu Fan, look, there's a tall tower down there. Bulma exclaimed. This is Jialan Tower, where the immortals live. Lu Fan said. Are there fairies? Bulma immediately became interested. After visiting the temple just now, Bulma felt very disappointed. Bulma thought God was a handsome man. The result is an old man with green skin. Now that she heard that the tall tower below was where the immortals lived, Bulma suddenly became interested. Yes, the immortals' residence. Lu Fan smiled, want to go and see it? Yes, of course. Bulma said. Call out. Lu Fan took Bulma into the Galantat. Immortal Jialan. Immortal Jialan also looked at Lu Fan vigilantly, and glanced at Bulma beside Lu Fan. Hey? Is this Garfield? Bulma's eyes lit up. What a big cat! This is the first time I've seen such a big cat. Sweat broke out on the face of the immortal Jialan. Lu Fan had no intention of speaking, so he just looked at him silently. Immortal Jialan also remained silent. If you don't speak, I won't speak either. I know you are from outer space. I won't move unless the enemy does. Lu Fan, where is the fairy? Bulma looked around and found that there was no one else here except this cat. There is no fairy. To be precise, I am the fairy here, also called the fairy cat. Fairy Jialan spoke. Ah, he spoke. Bulma was startled and quickly hid behind Lu Fan. Lu Fan smiled slightly and nodded gently to the immortal Jialan. Alien, can you tell me the purpose of your coming here? Asked immortal Jialan. Travel. Lu Fan was too lazy to explain so much. Immortal Jialan. You said you came here for tourism? Who believes it? Are there really no fairies here? Bulma felt so disappointed. It's even smaller than the temple and feels more boring. No, Miss Bulma, replied the immortal Garen. How do you know my name? Bulma was stunned. I am an immortal. There is nothing I don't know. Immortal Jialan smiled. Then do you know what the end of the universe is? Lu Fan asked with a smile. Immortal Jialan. You shouldn't ask questions like that. Ahem, what I mean is that I know about any problem on Earth. Immortal Jialan changed his way of saying it. Do you know the exact locations of the 7 Dragon Balls? Lu Fan asked. Immortal Jialan wiped the sweat off his face vigorously. This guy is here to cause trouble. It seems that you already know about Dragon Ball. You came to Earth to find Dragon Ball, right? Garen Sage suddenly realized. Yeah, congratulations on getting the answer right. Lu Fan nodded. Immortal Jialan. However, Immortal Jialan felt a little relieved. One thing that Immortal Jialan was sure of was that the alien in front of him probably did not have any serious ill intentions. After all, he and the people on Earth live in peace. Do you know how old our kindergarten teacher's brother's sister's child is? Bulma also asked a question. Immortal Jialan was completely confused. What a mess. I don't understand what you are saying, little brat. This. Hermit Jialan was sweating. How do I answer this kind of question? And I don't know either. The correct answer is no children. Bulma replied, I thought immortals knew everything. Lu Fan, let's go, it's so boring here. Let me ask you another question. How many senzu beans do you have? Lu Fan asked. Well, I know this question. Immortal Jialan said quickly, I currently have 1,328 senzu beans. Congratulations, you have learned how to answer questions quickly. Lu Fan stepped forward and held the hand of Immortal Jialan. The Immortal Jialan smiled. I told you, there is nothing I don't know. Immortal Jialan looked very proud. Then all these magic beans belong to me, do you mind? Lu Fan said. The smile on Jialan's face gradually froze. Are you here for the magic beans? Immortal Jialan suddenly reacted. One last question, where are the magic beans? Lu Fan asked. Immortal Jialan was just about to speak. Don't tell me, I want to find it myself. I'll feel more accomplished if I find it myself. Lu Fan waved his hand. Immortal Jialan wiped the sweat off his face vigorously. Bulma, let's see who of us finds the senzu beans first. Lu Fan said to Bulma. Senzu beans? What are those? Bulma was slightly stunned. A very magical bean that can cure all diseases. Lu Fan said. Why does it sound like some roadside advertisement? Bulma muttered. Immortal Jialan felt unwell all over. You actually compared my senzu beans to roadside advertisements? Do you think that's appropriate? I just like looking for things. Bulma said, and began to rummage through the drawers in the galantao looking for the senzu beans. Immortal Jialan wanted to cry. You really don't consider yourselves outsiders. Lu Fan actually knows the exact location of the senzu beans. It should be downstairs. The tower has 2 floors. No, no. Bulma looked around but couldn't find any beans. Suddenly, she found a staircase to the next floor. Hey? There's another floor here. Let me take a look first. Bulma trudged down the stairs. Lu Fan, I found it. Come over and see if it's these beans. Bulma cheered from below. Chapter 9. Lu Fan glanced at Bulma at the stairs, nodded slightly, and replied, yes, that's the senzu bean. It's about half full, Bulma said. Can I have one? Eat one and you don't need to eat for 10 days. Lu Fan said. Really? Let me try it. Let me try it. Bulma felt it was so magical that she picked up a magic bean and ate it immediately. After the senzu beans entered Bulma's body, Bulma felt all her fatigue disappear. Hey? Is this senzu bean? It's really amazing. I feel like my strength has been fully restored. Bulma was surprised. Hey, Karan-sama, can we take a few back? I want to give some to my parents. Of course. Immortal Jialan nodded. Bulma, you're so polite. Lu Fan sighed. What do you mean? Lu Fan. Bulma was stunned. Take them all away. Lu Fan said. Bulma. Bulma's eyes lit up after hearing Lu Fan's words. You are still cruel. These beans can be sold for a lot of money. Although our family is already the richest in the world, who would complain about having too little money? Immortal Jialan. Immortal Jialan wiped the sweat off his face vigorously. That's too much. What do you need so many senzu beans for? Ahem, this. Immortal Jialan didn't know what to say. Lu Fan hooked his finger at the jar of magic beans below. Swish! The magic bean jar was suspended in mid-air. The Immortal Jialan widened his eyes. Bang! The jar of magic beans appeared next to Lu Fan. Lu Fan grabbed a handful of beans, looked at Jialan Immortal with a smile, and asked, guess how many beans are left in the jar? If you guess right, I'll take the handful in my hand. If you guess wrong, you can take all of them. Immortal Jialan. Shameless, shameless. But do you think I will lose to a little brat like you? I can see it. Immortal Jialan looked towards the jar. Bang! Lu Fan waved his hand lightly, and an invisible energy quickly covered the jar. Immortal Jialan rubbed his eyes vigorously. What happened? Why can't I see through this jar today? Understood. When this kid waved his hand just now, he should have covered the jar with a layer of energy. I'd better not bother with him. Ahem, I guess there are 1632 left. Immortal Jialan guessed a number at random. Bulma. Just guess a number at random and underestimate it. You said before that there were more than 1300 of them. But now you say there are more than 1600 left. Why are there more and more? Bulma wiped the sweat off her face. How much you want to give us these beans? Congratulations, you got it right. Lu Fan grinned. Immortal Jialan. Bulma. Then, I'll just take a handful of senzu beans as agreed. Lu Fan said with a smile. Immortal Jialan was speechless. Are you teasing the cat? Let's go, Bulma. Lu Fan called. Lu Fan, are you really not going to take all those beans away? Bulma whispered. Sweat broke out on the face of the Immortal Jialan. This little girl is definitely a money grubber. Aren't your family members the richest in the world? Are you still thinking about those beans? I know what you are thinking, you want to sell these beans for money. You have a lot of universal capsules that you can't sell anymore. Are you planning to start a pharmaceutical company? No need, don't be too greedy. Lu Fan smiled. Okay, come get it when you're done. Bulma nodded. Immortal Jialan. Do you really consider this place your home? Well, I think it's okay. Lu Fan responded, then we'll take our leave, Immortal Jialan, goodbye. As he said that, Lu Fan flew up holding Bulma. Immortal Jialan wiped his sweat again. It's better not to see you again. Call out. Lu Fan held Bulma and sped up, heading towards the headquarters of the Universal Group. Lu Fan, you are flying so fast, I can't open my eyes. Bulma exclaimed. Just bear with it for now. Vegeta has woken up. If you go back too late, be careful that he might beat your mother to death. Lu Fan said. Hey! Bulma was speechless. After a brief emotional brewing, Bulma wailed. Wow, 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 I don't want my mother to be beaten to death. Bulma burst into tears. Don't worry, I'm here. Lu Fan comforted. The headquarters of the Universal Capsule Group. Bulma's mother, Bridget, came out with a tray and looked around, but did not see Lu Fan and Bulma. Where are they? Just as Bridget looked around for Lu Fan, Vegeta suddenly opened his eyes. Vegeta rubbed his sore neck and jumped up from the ground. Lu Fan! You're looking for death! Vegeta yelled. Vegeta looked around for Lu Fan. Where are the people? Why aren't you here? Where did this kid go? But these are not a big deal. Vegeta immediately pressed the detector on his eyes, trying to find Lu Fan's whereabouts through the detector. Humph, Lu Fan, do you think everything will be fine if you hide from me? Have you forgotten that I am still wearing a detector? Vegeta looked at the detector. However, to Vegeta's surprise, Lu Fan's fighting power completely disappeared. What's going on? Why is there no information about this guy? Vegeta was stunned, his fighting ability is completely gone. Vegeta frowned and thought about it. Could he have modified my detector while I was unconscious? Then, Vegeta glanced at Bridget. That old woman on Earth, let me ask you, where did Lu Fan go? Vegeta looked at Bridget with a cold face. Bridget? You call me an old woman? I'm not even 30 yet. Bridget's face darkened. Hey, I'm asking you a question. Vegeta said coldly. Bridget didn't know how to answer this question for a moment. Mainly, Bridget didn't know where Lu Fan and Bulma went. Don't want to say it. Then. Vegeta said, and the energy in his hand had already condensed and aimed at Bridget. Vegeta. At this moment, Lu Fan descended from the sky with Bulma and shouted to him from a distance. Hearing Lu Fan's voice, Vegeta retracted the energy condensed in his hands. Bang! Lu Fan landed diagonally opposite Vegeta holding Bulma. Mom, are you okay? Bulma ran to Bridget's side, aiming the laser gun in her hand at Vegeta. Vegeta ignored it. Just a toy gun. Even if it was a real gun, it wouldn't do me any harm. It's okay. Did I see it right? It was Lu Fan who brought you back just now. Bridget rubbed her eyes, looking incredulous. Chapter 10. Mom, I saw gods and fairies today. They looked so weird. The god was a green old man, and the fairy, looked like a fairy cat, a bit like Garfield. Bulma excitedly told her mother what she had seen. Bridget. Bridget looked confused. What a mess. Mom, this alien named Vegeta is a bad guy, Mom, you must be careful of him. Bulma tightly grasped the laser gun in her hand. Lu Fan. How dare you sneak attack me? Vegeta gnashed his teeth in hatred. He succeeded in his sneak attacks twice in a row. I'm going to give you a good beating today. Vegeta, don't you want to become a Super Saiyan? Lu Fan said with a smile. Vegeta paused slightly. I told you to have a peaceful heart, why didn't you listen? Lu Fan sighed, look at your hot temper. If I hadn't come back in time, you would have killed someone, right? Humph, stupid earthling, what's the big deal if I kill him? Vegeta snorted. Swish! Lu Fan flashed and quickly appeared behind Vegeta. Vegeta didn't even have time to react. His eyes widened and he looked shocked. Where is this guy? Why did it suddenly disappear? I didn't even see how he moved. You should sleep a little longer. Lu Fan said, and slapped Vegeta on the back of the neck again. Bang! Vegeta was hit on the spot. Vegeta's consciousness gradually became blurred, and he fell limply to the ground, having fainted. Okay, it's okay. Lu Fan smiled, revealing an innocent smile. Did he pass out again? Bulma asked. Yes, he has a bad temper and needs to be tempered. Lu Fan said with a smile. Are you really his henchman? Bulma wiped her sweat. Lu Fan nodded. Is he really the prince of your planet? Bulma asked again. Lu Fan nodded again. Bulma fell silent. Will you be punished when you return home for treating your prince like this? Lu Fan, eat something first. Bridget called. Okay, thank you, Auntie. Lu Fan nodded politely. After eating some fruits and snacks, time passed by little by little. Dr. Briefs finally built the Dragon Ball radar. Dr. Briefs came out with the radar. Lu Fan, this is the Dragon Ball radar you wanted, what do you think of it? Dr. Briefs handed over a mobile phone-sized instrument. Lu Fan was slightly stunned. This thing is the Dragon Ball radar? It's a little different from what I imagined. But Lu Fan thought about it carefully. It is said that the Dragon Ball radar was first made by Bulma, but now it is made by her father. It's normal for your appearance to change. Look, just press the button here and 7 flashing dots will appear, giving the coordinates and map of the Dragon Ball. Dr. Briefs explained for a moment. This thing is not difficult to operate, Lu Fan can learn it quickly. Lu Fan also saw the specific locations of the 7 shining Dragon Balls through the Dragon Ball radar. Oh, I made 2 of them. Both of these Dragon Ball radars were modified using this instrument. Dr. Briefs took out another Dragon Ball radar and said, I'll give you both. If one of them breaks down, the other one can be used as a backup. 2. Lu Fan turned his head and glanced at Vegeta. Bang! Lu Fan kicked Vegeta. Hey, wake up! Lu Fan called out. Dr. Briefs. How barbaric! Is he really your prince? How can you treat a prince like this? After being kicked by Lu Fan, Vegeta rubbed his eyes and woke up immediately. Damn it! You sneak attacked me again. Vegeta jumped up, glared at Lu Fan, and was about to rush up to fight. Wait a minute Vegeta, let's put aside our grudges. Anyway, I'm your sparring partner, and I'm always here to fight you. Lu Fan waved his hand, I have something very important to tell you now, about Super Saiyan. When Vegeta heard the 5 words Super Saiyan, he immediately stopped. Humph, you've been in a daze for a while now, you must be practicing sneak attacks. Vegeta snorted, the detector can't capture any information about you, how do you hide your fighting ability? It doesn't matter anymore. Lu Fan said. Vegeta. God doesn't FG matter anymore. You have sneak attacked me several times, and I have fainted several times. You actually said that none of this matters anymore? Come and take a look. Lu Fan waved at Vegeta. Vegeta looked at Lu Fan warily, with no intention of going forward immediately, as if he was afraid of being knocked unconscious by Lu Fan's slap. Don't worry, I won't do anything to you. Lu Fan said. Vegeta gritted his teeth, snorted and then walked to Lu Fan's side. What? Vegeta asked with a dark face. Look at this instrument. There are 7 light spots on it. Let's split up and find the Dragon Balls on these 7 light spots. Lu Fan said, and took out the 2-star Dragon Ball found in Bulma's warehouse. This is the Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball? Can this thing turn me into a Super Saiyan? Vegeta was stunned, looked at the Dragon Ball and asked. That's right. If you collect 7 Dragon Balls, you can make any wish come true. You can make a wish to become a Super Saiyan. Lu Fan said with a smile. You're not lying to me, are you? Vegeta asked doubtfully. Lu Fan smiled and did not answer. Humph, well, this planet isn't that big anyway, and it'll only take a few hours to find these 7 things, Vegeta mused. Isn't it just about finding these 7 things called Dragon Ball? It doesn't seem to be difficult. Then let's split up and look for it. Lu Fan gave Vegeta a Dragon Ball radar and briefly taught him how to use it. There is nothing difficult to operate the Dragon Ball radar, and you can learn it in no time. I'll go find the 3 over here. Vegeta pointed to the 3 blips on the Dragon Ball radar. Okay, I'll find the 3 over there. Lu Fan nodded, we'll meet here after we find them. I hope you didn't lie to me, otherwise don't blame me for being rude to you. Vegeta snorted, then took off into the air and flew away quickly. What? He can fly? Dr. Brief's eyes almost popped out of his sockets. I'm going to look for the Dragon Ball too. If nothing goes wrong, Vegeta and I will be able to get the Dragon Ball together by dusk tonight. Lu Fan said. Chapter 11. I want to go too. Bulma said expectantly. I need to fly very fast, I'm afraid you won't be able to open your eyes by then. Lu Fan pinched Bulma's face. Don't pinch my face. Bulma pouted. Hey? Your face is so fun to pinch. Lu Fan said with a smile. Bulma. Okay, wait here for a moment, I will find the 3 Dragon Balls soon. Lu Fan patted Bulma's head again and greeted Bulma's parents politely. Call out. Lu Fan flew into the sky. Lu Fan can fly too. Dr. Briefs was stunned. Dad, you are too out of touch with the news. Lu Fan even took me to the temple, and I saw gods and immortals. Bulma gesticulated as she described the novel things she had seen. God? Immortal? Dr. Briefs was stunned and murmured, do gods and immortals really exist in this world? Master Roshi's Island. Master Roshi is watching unhealthy TV shows in his room. Master Roshi's mouth started watering as he watched. Bang! While Master Roshi was watching TV, Vegeta kicked the door open. Vegeta stomped into the room. Hey, old man, have you seen this ball? Vegeta said to Master Roshi. Master Roshi's eyes were fixed on the TV, with no intention of moving away. That old man is asking you a question, answer it quickly. Vegeta shouted. Master Roshi finally came back to his senses and turned to look at Vegeta, then looked at the Dragon Ball in Vegeta's hand. Where did this little brat come from? Master Roshi didn't think much about it. That ball. I picked up that thing a long time ago. Take it away quickly and don't disturb me watching TV. Master Roshi answered the question irrelevantly and looked at the TV program again. Vegeta. Vegeta was just about to blow up the house. Then, Vegeta turned his head and saw the Dragon Ball on the table. Vegeta walked up and picked up the Dragon Ball, looking at it carefully. There are 3 red stars inside. This should be it. The one Lu Fan gave me has 2 stars. Vegeta muttered and turned away. When leaving the house, Vegeta's eyes flashed with evil, and he kicked the door of the house into the sea. Then, Vegeta walked away. Master Roshi's eyes were fixed on the TV without blinking. Another 3 minutes passed. That's all for today's show. See you next week at the same time. The beautiful female host smiled. Master Roshi's eyes were almost glued to the TV. Not next week. It would be great if you could broadcast a program like this once a day. Does it have to be broadcast only once a week? I haven't seen enough. The TV show is over. Master Roshi reluctantly turned off the TV and stretched himself. Hey? Who came just now? Master Roshi scratched his head. I remember it was a little kid. How did he get here? Master Roshi walked outside. Hey? Where is my door? Why is the door gone? Did this little brat steal my door when he left? The door of my house, is it very valuable? Also, what is that kid doing here? It seems like he is looking for that weird ball. How strange. About 5 hours passed. Vegeta finally found 3 Dragon Balls and returned to the Universal Capsule Group headquarters with them. Lu Fan had been waiting there for a long time. Vegeta, you're so slow. You've only just collected the 3 Dragon Balls now. Lu Fan said with a smile. Humph, one of the Dragon Balls is in the deep sea. I had to work hard to find it. Vegeta snorted. Lu Fan just smiled and said nothing more. The location of the Dragon Ball that Vegeta mentioned should be the one where the deep-sea pirate treasure is hidden. Vegeta threw 4 Dragon Balls on the ground, mixing them with Lu Fan's 3 Dragon Balls. The 7 Dragon Balls are finally complete. Golden rays of light flashed on the 7 Dragon Balls. The Dragon Ball you mentioned is complete. Can I become a Super Saiyan now? Vegeta asked. Dragon Ball is complete, will Shenron really appear? Bulma was excited. Dr. Briefs and Bridget also came out to watch. Come out, Shenron. Lu Fan shouted to the 7 Dragon Balls. Golden flames continued to bloom above the 7 Dragon Balls. What? What will happen? Vegeta was stunned. Bang! The golden flames on the 7 Dragon Balls suddenly gathered together. Call out! A golden beam of light shot up into the sky. The sky suddenly darkened. Vegeta looked up at the sky in surprise. The sky is turning dark. Bulma exclaimed. What a strange phenomenon. Dr. Briefs adjusted his glasses. Oh my, will Shenron really appear? Asked Bridget. Will this planet suddenly turn into night? Vegeta muttered. The next moment, the golden beam of light transformed into a huge green dragon. The green dragon winds in the night sky, looking particularly solemn and sacred. Vegeta was also a little stunned after seeing the dragon. Those who have gathered the Dragon Ball, tell me your wish, and I will try my best to fulfill any wish for you. Shenron's voice rang out. Shenron, can you give me the ability to survive in the universe space? Lu Fan asked. Shenron was silent. Hey, didn't you agree to let me become a Super Saiyan? Vegeta said angrily. I'm sorry, your wish cannot be fulfilled. Shenron replied. What did you say? Vegeta was stunned and said coldly, who said that any wish can be fulfilled? Even such a small wish cannot be fulfilled. Lu Fan. Shenron. Vegeta, don't be impatient, Shenron said that my wish cannot be fulfilled. Lu Fan sighed. Oh, that's great, so this allows me to become a Super Saiyan. Vegeta's face lit up with joy. But Vegeta said this was a question, not a wish. Shenron, can you answer a few questions for me? Lu Fan asked. Are these questions your wishes? Shenron asked. Look Shenron, I want to have the ability to survive in the universe, but you can't fulfill this wish, right? Lu Fan said. Yes. Shenron replied. Do you know how much your words hurt me? Lu Fan sighed, I spent a lot of effort to get Dragon Ball together. Shenron. It only took you about 5 hours to complete Dragon Ball. You actually said that you spent a lot of effort. Why don't I believe it? Chapter 12. Shenron, you didn't think that it took me just over 5 hours to gather the Dragon Balls and summon you, did you? Lu Fan sighed, you have to know that I came from the distant planet Vegeta. Our prince and I have been sailing in the universe for a long, long time. Shenron. So I plan to ask a few questions as compensation for my soul. Lu Fan continued, is this request not too much? Shenron. Just ask. Shenron's face was covered with sweat. The first question is, I want to have the ability to survive in the universe, can Namex Shenron do it? Lu Fan asked. Shenron was silent again. There was silence for about a second or two. Sure. Shenron replied. Namek. Vegeta was stunned. I think I've heard of this planet. The second question is, tell our prince how to become the legendary Super Saiyan. Lu Fan asked. What? Vegeta was stunned again and turned to look at Lu Fan. The legendary Super Saiyan is born only once every 1000 years. Shenron looked at Vegeta and said, obviously, neither of you are one. Lu Fan. Vegeta. What did you say? You said I'm not the best in the past 1000 years. Vegeta said angrily, Lu Fan and I are the most talented warriors among Saiyan. Vegeta, calm down. Lu Fan said, if it's not, then it's not. There's nothing to be angry about. Damn it. Is what this dragon said right? Vegeta bared his teeth. I read in an ancient book that ordinary Saiyan can also become Super Saiyan. Can you tell our prince how to become an ordinary Super Saiyan? Lu Fan continued. Shenron. You haven't finished asking questions yet. If you keep asking like this, when will it end? Sorry, I can only answer 2 of your questions. The remaining question is it your wish? Shenron's voice sounded. Forget it, let's talk about it later. Lu Fan shook his head. Hey, Lu Fan, listen to what he says. Vegeta was unhappy. I was wondering how an ordinary person can become a Super Saiyan. Then you stopped him from speaking. You make me very upset. Can I make a wish now? If you don't have a wish, I'll leave. Shenron said. My wish is, to send me, Vegeta and the universe ship to faraway Namek. Lu Fan said. This wish can come true. Shenron nodded. With that, Shenron was about to fulfill his wish. Wait a minute, I'll say goodbye first. Lu Fan waved his hand. Shenron. Lu Fan came to the opposite side of Briefs. Thank you, Dr. Briefs, for your hard work. We hope to meet again someday. Lu Fan said with a smile. Are you leaving? To Namek? Dr. Briefs asked. Yes, there is a more advanced Shenron over there. I think I should be able to realize my wish through the Shenron over there. Lu Fan nodded. I want to go, I want to go. I want to travel to outer space with you. Bulma quickly stepped forward and hugged Lu Fan's thighs. Lu Fan. Bulma, stop it, you have to go to school tomorrow. Bridget said. No. I don't want to go to school. I've already graduated from kindergarten. Bulma hugged Lu Fan's thighs tightly, with no intention of letting go. Lu Fan wipes his sweat. Bulma, you still have a lot to learn in the future. Lu Fan said to Bulma. No, I've already graduated and I'm an adult. Bulma shouted, why can aliens go traveling when they are 5 years old, but I have to go to school. I don't want to go to school. Lu Fan and the others should also go to school. Bridget winked at Lu Fan, meaning for him to say something nice. Humph, we scions won't go to school to learn that kind of boring knowledge. We are born warriors. Vegeta couldn't help but say from the side. Bridget. No way to chat. Bulma, when you graduate from middle school, I will take you to travel to outer space, okay? Lu Fan pinched Bulma's face. Graduate from middle school? There are still 9 years to go. Bulma burst into tears. Bulma, you're pretty good at math. Lu Fan said with a smile. I'm a genius. This laser gun was invented by me. Bulma shook the laser gun in her hand. Call out. The laser gun accidentally went off, and a stream of light whizzed in the direction of Vegeta. Bang! Vegeta was caught off guard and got hit on the spot. The laser gun's flame hit Vegeta's chest. Bang! A puff of green smoke came out of Vegeta's armor. And then, nothing happened. Although Bulma's laser gun is very powerful, it is unable to penetrate Vegeta's armor. Hey? Are you okay? Bulma was startled. You, what are you doing? Believe it or not, I will beat you to death. Vegeta was so angry that his nose was crooked. I was ambushed again. It would have been bad enough that I was attacked by Lu Fan, but this little girl also attacked me. It's okay, this kind of attack is nothing to our prince. Lu Fan smiled. I was so scared. I thought I had shot him dead. I really didn't mean to. I pulled the trigger accidentally. Bulma apologized hurriedly. Tisk. Vegeta bared his teeth, but didn't do anything to Bulma. Hey, are you done saying goodbye? Shenron's face darkened. I'm still waiting to make your wish come true. You were chatting there. Strange, is there something wrong with my laser gun? Bulma was stunned, let go of Lu Fan, and pointed the gun at the lake in the distance. Call out. Bulma pulled the trigger and a laser instantly landed in the lake. Boom! The lake water rose to a height of several meters, blowing out fish and shrimps. Bang! A mantis shrimp landed on Vegeta's face, pooped on it, and quickly ran away. Vegeta's face was extremely ugly. With a flash of flame in his hand, he roasted the shrimp. Vegeta grabbed the mantis shrimp and ate it in one bite. It tastes good. Vegeta snorted. Bulma's eyes widened. This thing also releases fire. Do you have a lighter with you? Your wish has come true, bye. Shenron was really impatient to wait, so he fulfilled his wish directly. Chapter 13. Swish. Shenron immediately turned into a golden beam of light. The golden light column split into 7, forming 7 light balls. Swish, swish, swish. The 7 light balls were divided into 7 different directions and dispersed to all parts of the world. The sky brightened again. By the time Bulma's family reacted, Lu Fan, Vegeta, and the universe spaceship parked in the yard had completely disappeared. Hey, wait for me, I want to travel with you. Bulma ran up quickly. However, Bulma couldn't reach anything. Humph, that's so annoying. You left me alone to travel. Bulma pouted, looking unhappy. Ding-ling-ling. At this time, the telephone in the yard rang. Dr. Brief stepped forward and picked up the phone. It's Taisai. How was your experience of life outside? Dr. Briefs asked with concern. Then he was slightly stunned. What? Aliens? You saw aliens too? Hey? Dad? From what you said, have you seen aliens too? Taisai asked. Tais is Bulma's sister and a fiction writer, mainly science fiction. Taisai has been traveling a lot recently, saying that she wants to experience life so that she can write better science fiction novels. Yes, your mother, Bulma and I all saw them, but they should have left the Earth, Dr. Briefs replied. Have you left? Taisai was stunned. By the way, Taisai, do you have something to ask your dad? Asked Dr. Briefs. Dad, the alien named Jack that I met, his universe spacecraft had a problem, and the communication system with his planet also had problems. Can you come over and help fix it? Taisai replied. Okay, no problem, I'll be there right away. Dr. Briefs did not object. Is there a connection between our family and aliens? Dad, I want to go too. I want to see what the aliens my sister met look like. Bulma said. Okay, you come with me. Dr. Briefs nodded. 2 hours later. Bulma meets Galactic Patrolman Jark. I thought this alien was so handsome, but this is it. Bulma shook her head in disappointment. Jake. What does it mean? Do you think I'm ugly? This is why I don't like kids. Dad, this is Jake, he claims to be a Galactic Patrolman. Taisai introduced. I'm not calling myself that. I really am the Galactic Patrol. I am responsible for your planet. Jack's face turned dark and he explained hurriedly and unhappily. Call out. Bulma's laser gun fires lasers. The laser hit the lake in the distance. Boom. The lake water rose to a height of several meters. Jack was stunned at that time. Alien, this is a laser gun I made. If you dare yell at my sister again, I will not be polite. Bulma snorted. Jack wiped the sweat off his face vigorously. This little girl has quite a temper. Ahem, Jack, where is your universe spaceship? Can you let me see it? Dr. Briefs hurriedly changed the subject. Over there. Jake pointed to a universe spaceship in the distance. It feels different from Lu Fan and their universe spaceship. Bulma muttered. Lu Fan? Vegeta? Universe spaceship? Where are they? Jack asked after a moment's pause. Hey? Do you know Lu Fan? Bulma asked curiously. He came to Earth with a scion named Vegeta. Have you seen him? Jack was stunned, his face changing again and again. Bulma and Dr. Briefs nodded in unison. You are still alive. Jack was shocked. What are you talking about? It's as if they are so vicious. Bulma was a little unhappy. They are scion. They are very evil scion. It's a miracle that you are still alive. Jack wiped the sweat off his face. No, Lu Fan is not what you said. He is a good man. And he is so handsome. Bulma snorted. Little girl, you can't judge a person's goodness or badness by his appearance. Jack said with a wry smile. By the way, Jack came to Earth because he discovered that Scion was going to come to Earth. Jack came to protect the peace of Earth. Taisai explained. Ask again, where are they? Asked Jack. Already gone. Bulma said. Gone? Really? Jack was surprised and happy, and felt a little relieved. Why do I feel like you're afraid of them? Bulma looked at Jake. What are you talking about? Why would I be afraid of them? Jake denied immediately. Hey? Lu Fan? Vegeta? You're back. Bulma looked behind Jack with a look of surprise. Jake was almost scared to death at that time. The corners of his mouth twitched and his legs kept shaking. Hee, I was just trying to scare you. Bulma grinned, revealing an innocent smile. Jack looked back and saw nothing behind him. Jack's face darkened. Don't be so scary. You almost gave me a heart attack. Jack said angrily. Let's take a look at your universe ship. Dr. Briefs sighed. Master Roshi's island. Call out. A stone came flying from a distance. Bang. The rock penetrated the roof of Master Roshi and crashed onto the dining table. The dining table broke into several pieces on the spot. Master Roshi was startled and rushed forward to check. What is it? Where did the stone come from? Master Roshi picked up the stone and looked at it carefully. This stone is so round. What are you doing? Is it a meteorite falling from the sky? Never mind. Master Roshi threw the stone aside and ran to repair the roof. Namek. The village of the Mulai elders. Elder Mulai is planting trees with some young people near the village. Elder, after our years of hard work, Namek has finally recovered a little bit of vitality. A young man said with relief. Yes, our clan was almost extinct. Fortunately, we have the great elder here. Elder Mulai nodded and smiled kindly. What? The young man was stunned and looked behind Elder Mulai. I say, it's a good thing that we have the Great Elder here, otherwise our Namek would probably be in name only. Elder Mulai explained what he had just said again. No. I'm not talking about that, Elder. What I'm saying is, that looks like a universe spaceship. There are aliens coming to our planet. The young man pointed behind Elder Mulai, his expression changing again and again. Chapter 14. What did you say? Aliens. Elder Mulai immediately turned his head and looked behind him. Sure enough, Elder Mulai was surprised to see a spaceship and two aliens appear on a small island about 200 meters behind him. Who are they? Elder Mulai frowned and his expression became serious. Far away. Lu Fan and Vegeta were transported to the land of Namek by Earth's Shenron. The universe spaceship was nearby where the two were. What a bad idea. We should have asked Dr. Briefs to transform the universe spacecraft into a capsule. Lu Fan sighed. What's a capsule? Vegeta was slightly stunned. Because time on Earth is too short. Vegeta hasn't seen the universal capsule yet. You won't understand even if I tell you, so you'd better stop asking so many questions. Lu Fan said. Vegeta. Is there anyone who is a follower like you? But Vegeta wasn't interested in capsules or anything like that, he just asked casually. Where is this place? Is this the Namek that the dragon mentioned? Vegeta looked around. Then, Vegeta saw Mulai and several other Namek people in the distance. Namek people. Vegeta patted his forehead. I remember now. The Namek people do have all kinds of magical abilities. So, Dragon Ball was created by them, right? The Dragon Ball on Earth was also created by the Namek people. You're right. Lu Fan nodded and warned, don't do anything rash. It's best not to kill people casually. Give me a reason not to kill someone. Vegeta snorted. You just said that it was the Namek people who created Dragon Ball. So, if the Namek person who created Dragon Ball died, Dragon Ball would disappear as well. Lu Fan said. What did you say? Vegeta was stunned for a second, then snorted, well, as long as they don't come to provoke me, I won't kill them. No, we are the ones who are going to provoke them. Lu Fan smiled. Vegeta. I see, you're going to this planet to collect Dragon Balls again. Vegeta quickly came to his senses. So smart, worthy of being our prince. Lu Fan nodded. Humph, that dragon can only grant so many wishes, it may not make me a Super Saiyan, Vegeta snorted. It would be good to know how to become a Super Saiyan, right? Lu Fan grinned, you said the method I mentioned has no basis, then let Shenron tell you the exact method. You think I don't know? You just want to achieve the ability to survive in the universe. Vegeta rolled his eyes, there is no need to realize such a boring wish. As long as I become a Super Saiyan, I will become invincible in this universe. Okay, go say hello first. Lu Fan greeted. Tisk. Although Vegeta said this, he still flew over with Lu Fan. It seems, as long as you make a wish in advance, the dragon will make it come true for you. After I get all the Dragon Balls together this time, I want to make a wish before Lu Fan does. I want to become a Super Saiyan. How abominable. It turns out that Lu Fan and I are not the legendary Super Saiyan. We are both so powerful and the most talented fighters of this generation. Supposedly, the 1,000 year cycle has come to an end. If not the two of us, then who else could it be? Vegeta was thinking about this question silently. At the same time, I also made a simple plan for my Namek team. We can't let Lu Fan lead us by the nose anymore. This guy is my follower. He should follow my lead. Aliens, which planet are you from? Tell us the purpose of your coming to Namek. Elder Mulai asked with a cold face. Hello, we are from the distant planet Vegeta. Lu Fan introduced politely, this is Vegeta, the most talented warrior among our Saiyans, and also our Saiyan prince. He is named after planet Vegeta, and he is the supreme glory of our planet. Vegeta felt that what Lu Fan said was so useful. Don't introduce me like this, or I'll feel proud. Saiyan. Mulai's face changed slightly. Elder Mulai had heard of Saiyan. This is a fighting nation. A very powerful fighting nation. The Saiyans went on wars everywhere, invaded other people's planets, and committed all kinds of evil. Elder Mulai's face looked a little ugly. Other villagers in the village also became very alert. I am His Royal Highness the Prince's sparring partner and follower. My name is Lu Fan. Lu Fan said modestly. What is your purpose in coming to Namek? Mulai asked warily. Humph, why are you talking so much nonsense? We are here to find the Dragon Ball, so hand over your Dragon Balls quickly. Vegeta was a little impatient, snorted and urged. What did you say? Are you here to look for Dragon Ball? How did you know about Dragon Ball? Elder Mulai asked in a deep voice. Don't talk so much nonsense. Just hand over the Dragon Ball as soon as I ask you to. Believe it or not, I will kill all of you here. Vegeta snorted coldly, let me see how strong your fighting power is. As he said that, Vegeta pressed the detector on his eyes. Oh? The strongest one only has 3000 combat power. Vegeta sneered, with such little combat power, it's simply... Bang! Lu Fan quickly stepped forward and slapped Vegeta on the back of his neck. Vegeta fell to the ground limply and fainted. Sorry, your highness is so rude. Lu Fan sighed and said apologetically. Elder Mulai was stunned for 2 seconds. Did you knock out your prince? You, my follower, are really courageous. Well, what wish do you want to fulfill by looking for the Dragon Ball? Elder Mulai still did not let down his guard, but his attitude was much better than before. Because Elder Mulai discovered that this man named Lu Fan, first of all, had a righteous face, and secondly, there was not a trace of evil in him. I just want the ability to survive in the universe, that's all. Lu Fan said truthfully. The ability to survive in the universe. Elder Mulai was stunned. That's right, this is the only shortcoming of our scion. Lu Fan nodded, you said, if I fight with others and they can't beat me and destroy my planet, then I will die. That's a bit unreasonable, right? Cough cough. Elder Mulai coughed. What you said makes a lot of sense. Chapter 15. But how did you come to Namek? Elder Mulai asked. I've been to Earth before, and it was Shenron on Earth who sent me here. Lu Fan said with a smile. Earth? Are there Namek people on that planet? Elder Mulai was stunned and surprised. Yes. Lu Fan nodded. I understand everything about you. Elder Mulai nodded slightly, and looked at Lu Fan silently again, and said thoughtfully, if you just want a wish to survive in the universe space, I can ask Shenron to satisfy you. But, he... At this point, Elder Murray turned to look at Vegeta, who had fainted on the ground. Well, he wants to become a Super Saiyan, so just let Shenron tell him how to become a Super Saiyan. Lu Fan smiled. What did you say? Super Saiyan. Elder Mulai was slightly surprised. I heard from the Great Elder. It is said that Super Saiyan is the most powerful warrior in this universe. I have something to say, but I don't know if I should say it. Just say it, why be so polite? Lu Fan said. Elder Mulai. I don't know how to respond to your reply. Your prince, he has a very evil aura, if you really let him become a Super Saiyan, I'm afraid the entire universe will be controlled by him. Elder Mulai said in a deep voice, when that time really comes, the entire universe may be in great crisis. Don't worry, I firmly believe that under my training, our prince will become a good person. Lu Fan said confidently. Elder Mulai. Many villagers. All the Namek people present were speechless. Who gives you the confidence? There is such a strong evil aura in this prince. Can he become a good person? Believe me. Lu Fan said, please look at my sincere eyes. As Lu Fan spoke, his eyes turned into small bean-shaped ones. Elder Mulai. Many villagers. The Namek people wiped their sweat vigorously. What kind of sincere look is that? Your eyes are lifeless. I can promise to find the Dragon Ball with you, but we will not help you find it. If you can gather 7 Dragon Balls to summon Shenron and fulfill your wishes, it means that you are destined to find Shenron of Namek. We will definitely not interfere. Elder Mulai smiled, having already made up his mind. Find it. Namek is so big. Just try your best to look for it. It would be strange if you could find 7 Dragon Balls. Oh? That prince has a detector in his eye? Can that thing detect the strength of our breath? Maybe that instrument can help us find our village? Elder Mulai really wanted to destroy the detector with a wave of his hand. However, Elder Mulai changed his mind and immediately gave up his idea. Even if they can find the Dragon Ball, can you summon Shenron? To summon Shenron, you need to use Namek. And Namek is also required to fulfill wishes. Okay, thank you. Lu Fan nodded and thanked him, then walked up and kicked Vegeta. Vegeta slowly woke up, jumped up from the ground, and punched Lu Fan. Bang! Lu Fan raised his hand lightly to block Vegeta's attacking fist. Your Highness Vegeta, please be patient. Don't you want to become a Super Saiyan? Lu Fan asked hurriedly. Humph, I will settle the grudge between us with you. Vegeta gritted his teeth and retracted his fist. Vegeta suddenly felt that there was something wrong with Lu Fan. It is said that his fighting ability has disappeared. Why did I feel like I didn't cause any harm to him when I punched him? This guy is hiding his fighting ability? Humph, you are trying to play this trick on me. I, Vegeta, have never been afraid of your tricks. So what if you hide your fighting ability? Let's find Dragon Ball first. After finding Dragon Ball this time, I must fulfill my wish before him. Your Highness, during the time you were unconscious, I have reached an agreement with the Namek people. They agree that we can search for the Dragon Ball on this planet, but they will not help. Lu Fan explained, there is also a premise that if you kill people here at random, they will make the Dragon Ball disappear. What did you say? Make Dragon Ball disappear? Vegeta gritted his teeth. Yes, after all, Dragon Ball was created by them. It is very easy to make Dragon Ball disappear, right, village chief? Lu Fan grinned at Elder Mulai. Elder Mulai. Ahem, I'm Mulai, the elder of this village. Mulai forced a smile. Isn't the boss of the village chief? Lu Fan argued. Elder Mulai didn't want to talk anymore. There was silence for 3 seconds. Yes, that's it. Please don't kill anyone. Elder Mulai said to Vegeta. Humph. Vegeta hummed, which was considered as agreement. Anyway, I just came here to find Dragon Ball. We can invade this planet later. There is not much point in capturing it now. Your Highness, we are so lucky. There happens to be a Dragon Ball in the village we landed in. That means in addition to this Dragon Ball, there are 6 more Dragon Balls outside. Lu Fan said as he took out the Dragon Ball radar and pressed the button on the radar. A golden spot of light appeared in the center of the radar screen. In that room. Vegeta immediately turned his head and looked at one of the rooms. Then, Vegeta took a step forward. Vegeta took 2 steps and suddenly came to his senses. Lu Fan, go and bring out the Dragon Ball in the room. Vegeta ordered. I am a prince. This kind of thing should be done by my followers. Why should I go get Dragon Ball myself? Yet. Lu Fan nodded, stretched out his little hand, and pointed it at the room in the air. Bang! Lu Fan gently stretched out his 5 fingers to grab back. Suddenly, an invisible energy quickly covered the Dragon Ball in the room. Call out! The next moment, the Dragon Ball in the room flew towards Lu Fan at a rapid speed. Bang! The basketball-sized Dragon Ball fell into Lu Fan's hands. What? When did you learn this special ability? Vegeta was stunned and asked in surprise. Lu Fan smiled slightly, without any intention of explaining. Have you been researching these things recently? Vegeta seemed to understand. Hiding combat power. Researching special abilities. Didn't I tell you? I study destruction. Lu Fan shook his head and told the truth. Chapter 16. It's not important. Vegeta didn't really care about it and chuckled, why bother? You might as well spend your time improving your own combat power. There's no point in doing those empty words. The strongest thing about us Scions is our own combat power. Elder Mulai. Many villagers of Namek. These 2 guys are actually holding such advanced Dragon Ball radars in their hands. They found our Dragon Ball so easily. Is this Namek's Dragon Ball? It's so much bigger than Earth's Dragon Ball. Vegeta leaned over to take a look. Then, it's the same as on Earth. Lu Fan pointed to the screen above the Dragon Ball radar, with the Dragon Ball in the middle as the center dividing point. There are 3 Dragon Balls on the right and 3 Dragon Balls on the left. Which one do you choose? Humph, only elementary school students make choices. Vegeta snorted. So, the remaining 6 Dragon Balls are yours to find. Lu Fan said with a smile. Vegeta. I'm looking for the 3 on the left. Vegeta bared his teeth. I almost got myself into a trap. What a bad decision. Be more thoughtful when you speak next time. Okay, I'll find the three on the right. Lu Fan nodded, and lowered his voice to Vegeta, Your Highness, don't trust your detector easily. It can be deceiving sometimes. What? I don't understand what you're saying. Vegeta was stunned. What I mean is that when you are looking for the Dragon Ball, be polite to them and don't keep saying you want to destroy them. Lu Fan whispered, even if you want to destroy them, you should wait until you find the Dragon Ball and fulfill your wish before you do it. Vegeta looked up at Lu Fan. What you said seems to make sense. Elder Mulai and others. This guy named Lu Fan is not a good person either. Aren't you too sinister? Elder Mulai's face turned dark instantly. But Elder Mulai looked at it carefully and felt that Lu Fan was joking. Doesn't look serious. The same words coming out of his mouth didn't sound dangerous at all. Alright, Your Highness, let's see who finds the 3 Dragon Balls first. Lu Fan patted Vegeta's shoulder, just like on Earth, we'll gather here after we find the Dragon Balls. Humph, you don't need to instruct me, I know what to do myself. Vegeta said, taking out his Dragon Ball radar and pressing the button on it. Call out. White flames burst out from Vegeta's body, rising into the sky and whizzing towards the direction of the first Dragon Ball. Then I'm going to look for Dragon Ball 2. Lu Fan asked with a smile. Elder Mulai did not respond. Call out. Lu Fan flew into the sky and soon disappeared from where he was. Elder Mulai looked up at the place where Lu Fan disappeared and was silent for a long time. Elder, what are you looking at? A villager asked. The scion named Lu Fan has already flown away. Did you notice? That scion named Lu Fan doesn't have a single energy fluctuation on his body. Elder Mulai murmured. Hey? It seems to be true. But it feels to me that he is obviously much more powerful than their prince. The villagers immediately came to their senses. Yes, he was able to easily knock out their prince with one palm, which shows that he is indeed much stronger than the scion named Vegeta. Elder Mulai nodded. The question is, why is he so powerful even though there is no energy fluctuation in his body? Elder, ask the passing clouds, perhaps the clouds know. The villagers looked up at the sky and saw the clouds in the sky. Elder Mulai. Goddamn Yun knows. The top of Yunshan mountain where the Great Elder is. The Great Elder was outside, resting with his eyes closed and basking in the sun. Namek has 3 sons, so it is quite enjoyable to bask in them. After all, it will be nearly 20 years before the Great Elder reaches the end of his life. The current Great Elder can still move freely. Next to the Great Elder stood a young Namek. This Namek is the only combat-oriented Namek on Namek. His name is Niru. Nalu is also the most powerful warrior on Namek. Although Niru's current combat effectiveness has not reached its peak 20 years later, it has already reached a height of 40,000. Someone has come to Namek. The Great Elder suddenly opened his eyes, with an old look in his eyes. Nalu was slightly stunned. Anyone come to Namek? I don't know how they came to Namek. It seems that they didn't come here via the universe spacecraft. It seems that they were teleported here in an instant by something. The Great Elder murmured. Who could it be, Great Elder? Asked Nilu. They had landed in Elder Mulai's village before, but have now left. The Great Elder said, it seems that they have reached some kind of consensus with Elder Mulai. They? How many people are they, Great Elder? Nilu asked. 2 people, replied the Great Elder. Great Elder, please contact Elder Mulai immediately to find out what these 2 are doing in Namek. If they harbor hostility, I will never forgive them. Niru said solemnly. You're right. The Great Elder nodded and immediately contacted Elder Mulai through telepathy. Great Elder. Elder Mulai was slightly stunned. Great Elder, I was just about to contact you, but I didn't expect you already knew. Afterwards, Elder Mulai had nothing to hide, so he told the Great Elder everything that had happened. Scion. The Great Elder nodded. There is no full moon on our planet, so they should not be able to transform into giant apes. If Niru uses all his strength, it shouldn't be a problem. Yes, Great Elder. Elder Mulai nodded. However, the scion named Lu Fan looks a bit strange. There is no evil aura on him. If conditions permit, it would be better if the Great Elder could meet him before making a decision. Okay. The Great Elder nodded gently and instructed Neilu, bring the scion named Lu Fan here. I want to meet him and then decide whether to let them realize their wish. Yes, Great Elder. Nilu bowed. The next moment, Neilu released his senses and searched for Lu Fan's breath. And then, nothing happened. Because there is no aura on Lu Fan. These so-called auras had long been replaced by Lu Fan's divine power. The Nameeks and ordinary humans are unable to sense divine power. I can't sense his presence at all. Nilu looked up at the sky. Chapter 17. It's strange, even I can't sense his location. Cold sweat rolled down the face of the Great Elder. What is that? Someone is coming. Niru suddenly pointed behind the Great Elder. I saw a person flying towards this side rapidly in the sky behind the Great Elder. The Great Elder tried hard to turn his head and look behind him. In the sky, someone is flying fast. There was not a single fluctuation of aura on this person's body. Could it be that he is the scion named Lu Fan? Neilu frowned. It should be him. There is no energy fluctuation on his body. The Great Elder nodded slightly. Bang! Lu Fan fell from the sky and landed next to the Great Elder and Neilu. Neilu stepped forward and stood in front of the Great Elder, looking at Lu Fan with a vigilant look. Don't be nervous, I'm not here to fight. Lu Fan grinned, revealing a mouthful of white teeth, and his tail swayed gently behind him. You are Scion Lu Fan, right? The elder looked at Lu Fan and asked. Hey? How do you know my name? You're amazing. Lu Fan pretended to be surprised. I am the Great Elder of this planet. There is nothing on Namek that I don't know. The Great Elder smiled. I already know everything about your search for the Dragon Ball. After finishing speaking, the Great Elder stared at Lu Fan without blinking. Lu Fan looked at him calmly without saying anything. Lu Fan knew that the Great Elder must be observing whether there was any evil in my heart. How can I be evil? With my current strength, if there was evil in my heart, I would have destroyed your planet long ago. Nilu, give him our Dragon Ball. The Great Elder ordered Nilu. Yes, Great Elder. Nilu nodded and planned to go to the room to get the Omega Shenron bead. Wait a minute, I'm not here to get the Dragon Ball. Lu Fan suddenly stopped. The Great Elder was stunned for a second. Nilu also stopped immediately. His Royal Highness the Prince and I have already discussed that the Dragon Balls in this area will be collected by His Royal Highness the Prince. Lu Fan explained. The Great Elder. Nehru. Is there any difference? Isn't it different between the two of you who gets the Dragon Ball? What is your purpose for coming here? Asked the Great Elder. I'm here to learn, Lu Fan said. My father told me that mastering a foreign language will be very helpful for my future survival. Foreign language? Do you mean, you want to learn our Namek language? The elder was stunned and asked Lu Fan. Yes, I have been to Earth before and have successfully learned the language on Earth. Lu Fan nodded. Great Elder, the purpose of this kid learning Namek language, is probably to fulfill his wish. Nilu guessed and whispered to the Great Elder. Nilu, don't think of him as such an evil person. The Great Elder smiled. Besides, he doesn't know that one needs to use Namek language to fulfill wishes. Besides, leaving him here is just the right opportunity to observe him carefully. The Great Elder is right. Nalu bowed. Nilu, then you teach Lu Fan to learn Namek language. The elder did not object and gave Nilu an order. Yes. Nehru agreed. Namek is very big. Vegeta flew for a long time before he finally found the first village. Vegeta fell from the sky and landed in the village. The Great Elder has already greeted the elders in the village. If someone comes here to collect Dragon Ball, just pretend you didn't see it. If he can find it, there's nothing wrong with letting him take it. After Vegeta fell, he took out the Dragon Ball radar and easily found a Dragon Ball according to the direction indicated by the radar. Vegeta held the Dragon Ball and flew straight into the sky. The Namek people in the village turned a blind eye to Vegeta's actions. Vegeta took this Dragon Ball and flew quickly in the direction of the second Dragon Ball. Humph, even though this planet is huge, it's much easier to find Dragon Balls than on Earth. It looks like most of them are in the village. Vegeta muttered, if we continue at this pace, it will only take 5 or 6 hours at most to gather all the Dragon Balls. Call out. Vegeta increased his pace. 5 hours later. Thank you, Nehru. I can now speak simple Namek. Lu Fan thanked. No problem, you're welcome. Nalu smiled slightly, if you want to master this language fluently, it will take a long time to hone your skills. Don't bother with that. This little bit is enough. Lu Fan said with a smile. Nehru. You can really make do. After spending an hour together, Neilu discovered that there was no evil in the heart of Sion named Lu Fan. The Great Elder also agreed. The two sides get along quite well. By the way, are you really learning Namek just to master a foreign language? Asked Nilu. Well, I heard that summoning Shenron and fulfilling wishes both require Namek language, so I think it would be more convenient to do things in the future if I learn it myself. Lu Fan replied truthfully. The Great Elder. Nehru. The two looked at each other. The Great Elder wiped his sweat vigorously. I didn't expect you wanted to learn Namek for this purpose. This guy isn't evil. But it's so bad. Well, it's time for me to go find Dragon Ball. Lu Fan stretched lazily. Call out. Lu Fan soared into the sky and soon disappeared without a trace. The Great Elder and Neilu looked at each other in silence. After a moment of silence. Great Elder, there shouldn't be any evil in his heart, right? Nehru asked. There is indeed no evil in his heart, but he is the type who is mean and malicious. The Great Elder sighed. Nehru. Sinister? Great Elder, you used this word very well. I think so too. I have a feeling that the prince named Vegeta will probably encounter a lot of hardships in the future if he stays with him. The Great Elder sighed. Hey? Someone is coming. Is he back again? Nilo looked up at the sky. It's not him, it could be the Scion Prince who has come. The Great Elder pondered. Humph, this Scion Prince threatened to capture our Namek before. I want to let him know that we Namek people are not easy to mess with. Nalu said coldly, with a hint of fighting spirit on his face. That's fine. Although we Nameks love peace, we are not a race that can be bullied. The Great Elder nodded. Chapter 18. Call out. A streak of light streaked across the sky. Vegeta fell from the sky holding 2 Dragon Balls and landed on the top of Yunshan Mountain where the Great Elder was. After Vegeta landed, he didn't even bother to pay attention to the Great Elder and Nehru, and went straight into the Great Elder's room to look for the Dragon Ball. Because Vegeta heard what Lu Fan said, and it really pd off those Namek people, and they made Dragon Ball disappear, and that would be troublesome. Let's fulfill our wish first. Just as Vegeta walked towards the room of the Great Elder. Stop! Nehru said. Oh! Vegeta turned his head to look at Nehru and slowly stopped. No one is allowed to enter the Great Elder's room without his permission. Nielu shouted. Are you talking to me? Vegeta laughed at that moment. None of you guys gave me any trouble. I'm just feeling bored. I didn't expect to gain so much here. What? Is there anyone else here besides you? Nilu asked coldly. Isn't that person lying there a human? Vegeta pointed at the Great Elder beside him. The Great Elder. How did you drag me into this? Nalu wiped his sweat. Stop talking nonsense, what are you doing here? Nilu shouted. What do you think I'm doing here? Aren't the 2 Dragon Balls in my hands obvious enough? Vegeta snorted. So you are here to collect Dragon Balls? Go back. Dragon Balls will never be given to an evil person like you. Nehru said coldly. It seems that you won't be able to live with yourself if I don't give you a good beating. Vegeta smiled and put the 2 Dragon Balls he was holding on the ground. Then, Vegeta pressed the detector on his eyes. Let me see your combat power. Vegeta looked at the combat power value on the detector. Oh? Not bad, your combat power has reached 5000. You really have the capital to challenge me. Nilo looked at Vegeta calmly without saying anything. Do you know how strong my fighting ability is? Vegeta snorted, the corners of his mouth slightly raised, forming a shallow arc. How much? Nilo asked. 15,000. Vegeta pointed his thumb at his nose. Really? Nalu nodded, not surprised at all. My combat power is 3 times yours. Vegeta snorted, then let me take care of you next. Call out. Vegeta said as he quickly rushed towards Nehru. Then, Vegeta kicked Nehru. Bang! Nehru slightly turned sideways and dodged Vegeta's kick. The next moment, Nehru grabbed Vegeta's ankle and kicked him hard in the stomach. Ouch! Vegeta let out a shrill cry, his body drew an arc in the air, and plunged into the lake in the distance. Humph, the Prince of Sion is nothing special. Nalu snorted. Nilu, you have to be careful, he will turn into a giant ape. The Great Elder warned, after turning into a giant ape, Sion's energy will increase by at least 10 times. What? 10 times? Nalu's face changed color, and then he looked up at the sky and found that there was no full moon. He breathed a sigh of relief and replied, didn't the Great Elder say that there is no full moon on Namek? Then he can't turn into a giant ape. I've also heard that some Scions can create full moons themselves. The Great Elder speculated, of course, whether this is true or not still needs further confirmation. I should have just asked Lu Fan. Nai Lu sighed. Call out. Vegeta soared out of the lake, flew into the green sky, and looked down at Niru. Vegeta was mowed. How come this Namek guy is so powerful? Vegeta pressed the detector on his eye again. It's strange. This guy's combat power is still 5,000. My combat power is clearly 15,000. Why did he beat me so badly? This is impossible. Vegeta shouted. Then Vegeta swooped down from the air, roaring towards the direction where Niru was. Bang! Niru threw an uppercut directly, hitting Vegeta in the chest. Puff! Vegeta spat out a mouthful of blood, stumbled to the ground, and felt not well at all. Go back, you are no match for me. Nalu snorted. Vegeta staggered to his feet, his face filled with extreme anger. This. Vegeta felt like he was really screwed. This is unscientific. This guy's combat power is still 5,000. My combat power has clearly reached a level of 15,000. My fighting power is 3 times his. Why can't I beat him? Afterburner! Vegeta shouted as a powerful energy bomb suddenly appeared in his hand. The energy bomb rushed towards Niru. Looking at the rapidly approaching energy bomb, Nilu's expression was unusually calm. Bang! Then, Nilu slapped him fiercely. The energy bomb shot high into the sky immediately. Boom! The energy bomb exploded in the air, bursting into brilliant colors. Vegeta was completely stunned. Are you kidding? The energy bomb I condensed was just slapped away by him? Is this guy actually a Namek? When did the Nameks become so powerful? Still fighting? Nalu snorted. Dia. Vegeta was almost crying. His young heart was seriously hurt. Vegeta didn't understand and was still struggling with the issue of combat power. This is impossible. This is absolutely impossible. Vegeta yelled. Can that thing you're wearing detect my combat power value? Nilu said with a smile. Vegeta said nothing. Then, just use that thing to take a good look at my combat power value. Nilu smiled, clenched his fists tightly, and the aura on his body gradually burst out. Beep. The values on the detector on Vegeta's eyes kept jumping. What? Combat power 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. And still increasing. Vegeta was stunned. Then, Vegeta saw the values on the detector continue to increase rapidly. 15,000, 16,000, 17,000, 18,000, 19,000. The horror in Vegeta's eyes was visible to the naked eye. Bang! The next moment, Vegeta's detector exploded on the spot. Vegeta was so frightened that his soul almost flew away. What a joke! Is this guy's combat power already over 20,000? Chapter 19. It exploded immediately. Is this the only energy range this instrument can withstand? Nilu smiled and shook his head in disappointment. Are you really a Namek? Vegeta felt 10,000 points of critical damage. What else? Nalu snorted. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Vegeta's whole body began to tremble violently. Take your Dragon Ball and leave here immediately. You are not welcome here. Niru ordered them to leave. You, are you talking to me? Vegeta felt extremely humiliated. Ah! Then, Vegeta roared. Bang! In a moment, an energy bomb emerged from Vegeta's hand. Huff, huff, huff. Vegeta was breathing heavily, and his energy had dropped to the extreme. Humph, you should regret this. Vegeta smiled softly, do you know what this is? What? Nalu was stunned. What does he want to do? He, do you know why we Scions are so powerful? Vegeta smiled, that's because we Scions can turn into giant apes. I know there's no moon on your planet, but it doesn't matter. There are very few scions who have the ability to create a full moon. I'm the Prince of Sion, so of course I can create a full moon. All I have to do is blend the air of this planet into this energy bomb. As he spoke, Vegeta waved his hand, and the artificial full moon in his hand flew rapidly into the air. Not good. Nilou's face changed again and again. Call out. With almost no hesitation, a flash of lightning shot out from Nilou's fingers. The lightning quickly caught up with the artificial full moon condensed by Vegeta. Bang! The artificial full moon exploded in the air before it reached its highest point. Vegeta. Sorry, your full moon exploded. Nalu smiled, can you still turn into a giant ape now? Vegeta was stunned. This guy can even break my artificial full moon? This guy's fighting power is at least several times that of mine. This is bad. Swish. Nail flashed and quickly appeared behind Vegeta. What? Where are the people? Vegeta immediately looked around. Bang! Neru slapped over and hit Vegeta on the back of the neck. Vegeta fell limply to the ground and fainted again. It was a close call just now. If he turns into a giant ape, it will be very troublesome. Nilou took a deep breath. Thank you for your hard work. The elder stood up from his seat with a smile on his face. Great elder, how should we deal with him? Asked Nilou. Throw him far away and give him the 3 Dragon Balls. The elder murmured. Nilou nodded. The next moment, Nero grabbed Vegeta's tail and flew into the sky. Soon, Nero threw Vegeta to a flat ground in the distance and casually placed the Dragon Ball next to him. Nero believed that even if Vegeta woke up, it would not be a big deal. His detector exploded. Without the detector, Vegeta won't be able to find me and the Great Elder. Besides, even if he finds him, he is no match for me. Nalo shook his head. With your limited strength, you still want to invade our Namek? Who gives you the confidence? Look how good your follower Lu Fan is. Although that person is a bit mean. But there is no evil in his heart. They are both Scion, why is there such a big difference? Nilo left the place soon. About half an hour later, Vegeta slowly woke up. Vegeta immediately became alert and jumped up from the ground. However, after discovering that Nero and the Great Elder were no longer around, Vegeta finally felt relieved. Damn it! Do they look down on me? Vegeta's whole body was shaking. Then, Vegeta looked down and saw 3 Dragon Balls lying on the ground. That Namek guy, just wait for me. When I become a Super Saiyan, I will take good care of you. I'll fulfill my wish first. Vegeta flew into the sky holding 3 Dragon Balls. Fortunately, during the half hour that Vegeta was unconscious, his body recovered some energy. Even so, it took Vegeta more than an hour to finally return to the village where Elder Mulai was. Your Highness Vegeta, you are so slow. I have already collected the 3 Dragon Balls. Why did you come back just now? Lu Fan looked at Vegeta and said. Vegeta bared his teeth. Hey? Your Highness? How did you get hurt? Lu Fan was stunned and asked even though he knew the answer. Humph, be careful not to fall. Make your wish come true quickly. Vegeta snorted, not admitting that he was being beaten. If I said I was beaten by a Namek, I would be laughed at. Okay, all the Dragon Balls are here. Lu Fan pointed to the 4 Dragon Balls lying on the ground. Vegeta flew over and mixed his 3 Dragon Balls with the 4 Dragon Balls. The 7 Dragon Balls are finally complete. The 7 Dragon Balls glowed with golden light. Come out, Shenron! Vegeta shouted to the 7 Dragon Balls. Then. That's all. The 7 Dragon Balls showed no reaction at all. What's going on? Why is there no response? Vegeta was stunned. Elder Mulai shook his head slightly and looked at Vegeta as if he were an idiot. Come out, Shenron! Lu Fan said to the 7 Dragon Balls in Namek. Call out! The golden flames on the 7 Dragon Balls bloomed. Immediately afterwards, a golden beam of light rushed into the sky. The sky suddenly turned into night. The next moment, a giant golden dragon coiled across the night sky, looking exceptionally sacred and majestic. What? Did you just speak Namek? Vegeta was stunned and turned to look at Lu Fan. Yet. Lu Fan nodded. When did you learn Namek? Vegeta asked. I found time to learn it. Lu Fan grinned. Vegeta. Those who have gathered the Dragon Ball, Tell me your wishes. I can try my best to fulfill 3 wishes for you. Shenron Porunga's voice rang out. I'll give you all 3 wishes this time, Lu Fan. Elder Mulai said to Lu Fan. Thank you, Elder Mulai. Lu Fan nodded. You're welcome, because I have a feeling that Namek may face a huge crisis in the near future. You may become the benefactor of our Namek. Elder Mulai sighed. Lu Fan is not surprised. It's normal for Namek people to have this ability. Chapter 20. Please let me, Vegeta, become a normal Super Saiyan. Vegeta hurriedly took the lead and said his wish. Porunga ignored Vegeta. Hey, hurry up and make my wish come true. Vegeta became furious when he found that Shenron didn't respond. Shenron, my first wish is that I can survive in the universe. Lu Fan made a wish in Namek. Yes, this wish can come true. Porunga's voice came down. Buzz. Immediately afterwards, red light flashed in Porunga's eyes. The red light quickly covered Lu Fan's body. Lu Fan clearly felt some small changes in his body. It's as if my skin has the ability to breathe on its own. Is this the ability to survive in the universe? Your first wish has come true. Shenron Porunga's voice sounded. Vegeta. Damn it, do I need to use Namek to make a wish? Vegeta bared his teeth. Your Highness, haven't I repeatedly emphasized that you should have a peaceful heart? Why are you always so irritable? Lu Fan sighed. Stop talking nonsense, your wish has come true, let me become a Super Saiyan. Vegeta urged. Okay, then my second wish is that King Vegeta, who is by my side, can become a Super Saiyan. Lu Fan made a wish, and the last sentence was said in Namek. Hey, what did you wish for? Vegeta didn't understand. I'm sorry, my wish to become a Super Saiyan. I can't fulfill it. Porunga's voice sounded from the air. What? This dragon can't fulfill this wish? I just want to be a normal Super Saiyan, not a legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta shouted, even this wish can't be fulfilled. Yes, it's just a normal Super Saiyan. Lu Fan said, can it be achieved? No. Shenron Palungia replied. Then you tell him how to become a Super Saiyan. This wish can come true, right? Lu Fan asked. That's fine. Porunga nodded. Then, Porunga stopped talking. Hurry up and tell me how to become a Super Saiyan. Vegeta urged. Sorry, you need to make a wish in Namek, said Porunga. Vegeta. Vegeta felt hurt. So hateful. What will happen if you just say it directly? Lu Fan. What a stubborn mind. Lu Fan had no choice but to repeat what he had just said in Namek. How to become a Super Saiyan. Is this your wish? Asked Porunga. Why are you talking so much nonsense? Vegeta said anxiously. Is this your attitude when making a wish? Porunga said with a cold face. Damn it. Vegeta bared his teeth, but immediately lowered his proud head. Vegeta suddenly remembered that there was another more powerful Namek person on this Namek. I'd better keep a low profile. If you want to become a Super Saiyan, you first need to have a peaceful heart. Porunga did not argue with Vegeta, but told him the method of becoming a Super Saiyan. Saiyans have something called S cells in their bodies. These S cells need a peaceful heart to gradually strengthen. Once the S cells reach a certain number, they can become ordinary Super Saiyans through a huge change of emotions. Vegeta. Vegeta immediately turned his head and looked at Lu Fan. I strongly doubt that you and this dragon had rehearsed your lines in advance. Why do you two say almost the same thing? So can an ordinary Super Saiyan defeat Frieza? Vegeta asked again. Porunga did not answer. Damn it, is the next question considered a wish? Vegeta bared his teeth. Okay, your highness, there's no need to ask so many questions. Lu Fan comforted, let's just make some other wishes. What do you plan to wish for? Vegeta asked. Shenron, send me, Vegeta and the universe ship to a planet suitable for growing S cells. Lu Fan said in Namek. Yes, this wish can come true. Shenron Palungia replied. Wait a minute, I'll say goodbye first. Lu Fan waved his hand. Porunga. Hey, what did you wish for? Vegeta asked quickly. Let Shenron send us to a planet suitable for growing S cells, okay? Lu Fan said with a smile. Humph, that's more like it. Vegeta nodded without objection. However, after Vegeta finished speaking, he suddenly froze again. By the way, didn't you say that living on Earth can help S cells grow faster? Vegeta thought of what Lu Fan had said before. Yeah, let Shenron choose for himself. Maybe we can return to Earth again. Lu Fan smiled. Vegeta was speechless. Shenron. Sorry to bother you, Elder Mulai. Lu Fan turned around and said to Elder Mulai. Nothing. If you have time, you can come to Namek to play. Elder Mulai smiled, the door of Namek is always open to you. Forget it, there are no beauties on this planet, it's boring. Lu Fan shook his head. Elder Mulai. Many Namek villagers. Okay, that's it, goodbye. Lu Fan waved. Swish. A red flame flashed in Shenron Porunga's eyes, quickly covering Lu Fan, Vegeta and the universe spaceship. In just a moment, Lu Fan and Vegeta disappeared. Lu Fan's wish is that simple. Lu Fan didn't have any wish for immortality or anything like that. None of that stuff is practical. Lu Fan also has no desire to be number one in the universe. For Lu Fan, the safest option is to improve his strength through his own efforts. Therefore, Lu Fan only had a wish to overcome his shortcomings. That's all. Swish. When Lu Fan came to his senses, he found himself on a relatively unfamiliar planet. The planet's land is red and the sky is orange. There is a pale blue sun in the sky. It was hard for Lu Fan to imagine that the blue sun turned the sky orange. But Lu Fan thought about it carefully. The Earth's sun is still red. But the sky on Earth is blue. That's because most of the Earth is covered by ocean, and the sky reflected by the ocean appears blue. The architectural style on the planet is somewhat similar to Namek, but also slightly different and full of a sense of technology. There are all kinds of races on this planet. Lu Fan and Vegeta were teleported directly to a street with few people by Shenron Pulse Plus. Humans of these races were not surprised when they saw Lu Fan and Vegeta appear. It seems to be commonplace. Hey, what is this place? Vegeta was stunned and grabbed a human who looked like a frog. Chapter 21. It is worth mentioning that the so-called humans in the Dragon Ball world usually refer to intelligent life forms, not including God. For example, Frieza, Cell, Bu, etc., all belong to the category of human beings. Don't you know? This is the most famous food planet in our universe. The Frogman replied. Oh? Gourmet planet? I've heard of this planet. Vegeta nodded, kicked the Frogman 10 meters away, and said to Lu Fan, it is said that there are all kinds of food in the universe. Damn, why did we come to this boring planet? We are here to grow S cells, not to eat. The Frogman gritted his teeth and climbed up, turning back to glare at Vegeta fiercely. Vegeta doesn't even bother with the Frogman. Perhaps, living on this planet for a period of time will increase the S cells in the body. Lu Fan guessed. Humph, since we're free anyway, why not settle down here for a while? Vegeta did not object. I must grow the S cells in my body as quickly as possible and become a Super Saiyan. Then, let me defeat that Frieza guy. Once I destroy Frieza, I will be number one in the universe. Vegeta was overjoyed. So, how about doing some small business? Experience the life here. Lu Fan pondered. Are you kidding me? We are a fighting nation, and you want us, a fighting nation, to do business here. Vegeta was so angry that his nose was crooked. Calm down. Lu Fan said. Vegeta immediately stopped talking. Yes, we should be calmer. Otherwise, how can we increase S cells? You can only experience life here by doing some small business. Lu Fan said, otherwise, are you going to kill everyone on this planet? How can you grow S cells in that way? Vegeta. Whatever you want. Vegeta gritted his teeth and reluctantly agreed. Tell me quickly, what should we make? Lu Fan held his chin in thought. Humph, I only know how to fight. Don't ask me for business matters. Vegeta snorted. I'm here to open a shop. Are you sure you won't do anything? Lu Fan said with a smile, don't let me become a Super Saiyan and you still be nothing. Stop bragging, the first person to become a Super Saiyan must be me, Vegeta. Vegeta was full of confidence. Hey? What is this? Lu Fan walked to a tree and looked at it silently. Humph, just a plant. Vegeta said. This looks like a cola tree. Lu Fan pondered. What a mess, what do you call it? Vegeta was not interested in any of this. I found that there are quite a few plants like this on this planet. Lu Fan said, now that we have them, let's make coke. Coke? What's that for? Vegeta didn't understand. You just need to do one thing for me. If anyone dares to copy my product, you go and deal with them. Lu Fan suggested. Humph, I'm better at this kind of thing. Vegeta didn't object. Anyway, I'm here to experience life. Experiencing life is to grow cells. Vegeta also wants to become a Super Saiyan as soon as possible. Lu Fan's cola plan unfolded like this. 3 months later. A drink called Coke gradually spread on this gourmet planet. People discovered that the best thing about this drink is that it tastes so good. Moreover, it is a perfect match with the food here. It is so wonderful that you can enjoy delicious food here while drinking such delicious drinks. Many aliens also seized the business opportunity, bought drinks like Coke, and studied the ingredients of the drink. Many aliens have extremely advanced technology and can easily study the cola developed by Lu Fan. The aliens immediately set about producing imitations. However, after Vegeta demonstrated his powerful strength, the aliens immediately stopped their attacks. Many people recognized it. The race that made Coca-Cola was actually the Scion. It is a cola made by 2 Scions. How dare the aliens have such evil ideas? The reason why these aliens want to copy this drink. The main reason is that this Scion named Lu Fan is such a rip-off. Only 1,000 bottles of Coke are sold every day. No more. No matter who comes, it doesn't work. It is said that the king of the galaxy once came here to buy Coke. As a result, he was the 1001st person in the queue. Lu Fan refused to sell him the Coke. The king of galaxy was so angry that he couldn't sleep for several days. Just like that, more than a month passed. Lu Fan's stall is not big, just a tiny bit. The process of making Coke is also very simple. Lu Fan specially found a scientist to research a Coke synthesis technology for him. Just press a button on that instrument and a bottle of Coke will magically come out. Hey, Lu Fan, is this how you run your business? Only selling 1,000 bottles a day. Vegeta sighed. Do you think we are doing business? Lu Fan looked at Vegeta with a smile. If not business, what else could it be? Vegeta was stunned. We are here to experience life and grow cells, my highness, are you going against the grain? Lu Fan let out a breath. Vegeta. What the FK? While doing business, I almost got myself into trouble. Yes. I am here to grow cells. Business or something is not important at all. By the way, we don't know how our cells are growing. How do you know how many of them there are? Vegeta asked. It's true that I can't tell, but it seems that the path of cultivation between you and me is a little different. Lu Fan shook his head. What do you mean? What do you mean your training path is different from mine? You've always been my sparring partner, how come it's different? Vegeta was a little puzzled. After the cells in my body grow to a certain level, I may not be able to become a Super Saiyan. Lu Fan murmured. Unable to transform? Didn't the dragon say that? As long as one is a Saiyan, as long as the number of cells in the body reaches a certain level, they can become a Super Saiyan. Vegeta said. I may have a certain chance of becoming a Super Saiyan god. Lu Fan thought thoughtfully. Vegeta. Vegeta was stunned for a full 10 seconds. What the hell, are you kidding me? We also increase cells. As a result, when you increase to a certain level, you become a Super Saiyan god? I increased my power to a certain level but could only become a Super Saiyan? Who are you kidding? You may not believe it if I tell you. Lu Fan said. Then don't say it. Vegeta shouted angrily. Look, you're grumpy again, Vegeta. Lu Fan said with a smile. Chapter 22. Tisk. Vegeta bared his teeth. I have to say that after 4 months of inner training, Vegeta has grown to a certain extent. Vegeta now has some cells. Of course, there is no way to compare with Lu Fan. Lu Fan has been honing his inner self since a very early age. In addition to increasing cells, Lu Fan is also constantly trying to condense destruction. In just 4 months, Lu Fan's destruction had condensed to the size of a mung bean. Although it is still very small, its power is still very strong. Lu Fan once threw this mung bean-sized destruction onto a mountain. The mountain turned into ashes at that moment, leaving nothing behind. At that time, people on the gourmet planet were discussing the whereabouts of the mountain. It disappeared without anyone noticing. It doesn't look like it was blown to pieces by energy at all. It's just terrible. Hey, isn't this Vegeta and Lu Fan? At this moment, a toad-faced alien suddenly appeared at the door of Lu Fan's shop. What? Chu Yi. Vegeta recognized the other party's identity at a glance. Vegeta, long time no see. Chu Yi laughed and said sarcastically, I never thought that the dignified Scion Prince Vegeta would do business here. It really makes me laugh to death. What did you say? Vegeta said angrily. Your Highness, calm down. It's been 4 months. Why are you still so irritable? Lu Fan sighed. Look, I'm not angry at all. Why are you angry? Idiot, you are not a prince. Why are you angry? You are just the prince's follower. Chu Yi shouted angrily. Vegeta. Chu Yi, you are absolutely right. At this moment I feel like you are speaking for me. This kid Lu Fan always keeps me calm. You are not a prince, so of course you can be calm. The person that guy was mocking was me. How can you ask me to stay calm? You, a follower, can do business here, but I, a prince, am doing business here. Aren't you afraid of being laughed at? Well, what you said makes so much sense. I don't know how to respond. Lu Fan nodded vigorously. I heard that the cola you make is delicious. Give me a bottle so that I can have a taste. Chu Yi called to Lu Fan. Line up behind. Lu Fan said. Chu Yi. Believe it or not, I will destroy this place for you. Chu Yi shouted with a dark face, you dare to make me queue. Chu Yi, follow me if you want to fight. Vegeta said coldly, pointing to an open space in the distance. Hehe, I'm afraid you don't know anything yet. Chu Yi laughed. Know what? Vegeta was stunned. Hey, did everyone hear that? Planet Vegeta has been destroyed. Chu Yi shouted loudly with glee. What did you say? Planet Vegeta is destroyed? Stop lying, you're talking nonsense. Vegeta was stunned for 2 seconds and shook his head to show his disbelief. The many aliens queuing up to buy Coke also pricked up their ears. I knew you wouldn't believe it. Chu Yi chuckled, that's the truth. Planet Vegeta was hit by a huge meteorite and was completely destroyed. Now there are only a handful of scions left. Do you know what a handful means? Less than 10 people. Was there no warning in advance? Vegeta frowned, damn it, there's no way I can be King Vegeta now. Chu Yi. Your parents are dead, aren't you sad at all? Chu Yi asked after a moment's pause. Humph, the death of my parents and the destruction of my planet mean nothing to me. Vegeta sneered. Scion's planet was destroyed. It seems to be true. What do you call this? You'll suffer the consequences if you do evil. Scion has occupied other people's planets for many years. I didn't expect that my own planet would experience a huge explosion. Many aliens who knew about this incident felt a little gloating. Scion has indeed done a lot of evil over the years. Therefore, the reputation is not very good. How about we rush in and take away all their Coke equipment, an alien suggested. It's shameless to only sell 1,000 bottles of Coke a day. Some aliens were also very angry, if we take over the Coke equipment, we can let everyone drink the Coke as much as they want. I think it's feasible. I was a little afraid of the Scion clan, but now there are less than 10 of them left. What's there to be afraid of? That's right. I've been displeased with them for a long time. Many aliens who were queuing no longer did so, as most of them were ready to fight. These aliens wanted to rush in and take over Lu Fan's Coke stall. Hee, wild monkeys, you are really hated by heaven and man, hurry up and give me a bottle of Coke so I can taste it. Chu Yi called out, if it tastes good, I can report to Lord Frisia and ask him to take you in, otherwise what's the difference between you and homeless dogs now? Destroy. Lu Fan uttered these 2 words. Call out. A purple-red destructive energy roared towards the direction where Chu Yi was. What is that? Chu Yi was stunned for a second. What is this? It looks like it's only as big as a mung bean. It doesn't seem like a big deal. Chu Yi originally didn't intend to pay any attention to it. However, the moment this purple-red destructive energy approached Chu Yi clearly felt a terrible breath of death. Not good. Chu Yi was shocked. Chu Yi wanted to avoid the invasion of destructive energy immediately. However, the purple-red destructive energy seemed to have locked Chu Yi, making him unable to move at this moment. The horror in Chu Yi's eyes was visible to the naked eye. Bang! The next moment, Chu Yi was hit on the spot and was hit by the purple-red destructive energy. Something happened that shocked everyone present. Bang! Chu Yi was like a soap bubble, which immediately shattered into pieces, turned into slag, and dissipated with the wind. Vegeta was also stunned. What's going on? What was that just now? How can an energy only the size of a mung bean have such powerful destructive power? Vegeta admitted that if he released his energy at full power, he could beat people into pieces. But Vegeta felt that it was impossible for him to beat the person till there was not even a ash left. Those aliens who originally wanted to rush forward, after seeing such a horrifying scene, all widened their eyes and looked shocked. This line is a bit crooked. Lu Fan looked at the aliens in line with a smile. Chapter 23. These aliens were so frightened at the time that they immediately returned to their team obediently. The line soon formed a straight line. Whose turn is it? Lu Fan asked. It's my turn, sir. The alien said cautiously, fearing that his voice would be too loud and he would be killed. I queued up to drink Coke, but ended up getting beaten up. That's such a tragedy. Yet. Lu Fan nodded, poured himself a cup of Coke and put it on the table. After paying the money, the alien immediately bowed and left respectfully. Next. Lu Fan said. Many aliens in line. Why does it feel like we are not drinking Coke? We are like queuing up to drink Mengpo soup. Vegeta didn't come back to his senses for a long time. Until the last Coke was sold out. Vegeta then looked at Lu Fan without blinking. Hey, Lu Fan, what was that move you just used? Vegeta asked hurriedly. Isn't what I said clear enough? Didn't I say it when I attacked Chu Yi? Lu Fan said with a smile. Destruction. Vegeta mused. How clever. Lu Fan nodded. Vegeta. What a clever guy. When did you learn such a domineering move? Vegeta asked again. Your Highness, what's wrong with your brain? Didn't I tell you? I have been studying destruction all this time. Lu Fan said with a smile. Vegeta suddenly realized. Yes. Lu Fan did say this. However, after a brief silence, Vegeta snorted. I understand. You compressed the energy, and when it hit Chu Yi, the energy suddenly exploded and blew him to pieces, right? Vegeta guessed. Lu Fan. Whatever you think. Lu Fan was too lazy to explain too much to Vegeta. The vast universe, the sea of stars. Frisia's universe ship is moving slowly in the universe. Oh he he he. Frisia laughed strangely, his triangular eyes particularly bright. The Scion race has finally been wiped out. Now there are less than 10 Scion left. To be exact, there are less than 5. Congratulations, Master Frisia. Doteria bowed. That long-haired brat Raditz is nothing to be afraid of. He won't cause much trouble. And the Scion who was sent to Earth with a combat power of only 2 is not that great either. Sabo replied, there is also a bald Scion named Nappa. Although he is known as a top fighter, it is very difficult for his combat power to exceed 10,000. Yes, Sabo is right. I wonder how their Prince Vegeta is doing now. Doteria murmured. Any information about Vegeta and his henchmen? Frisia asked with narrowed eyes. We completely lost contact last time. Doteria replied. Maybe they are looking for a place to hide and practice. Frisia smiled and didn't take it seriously. If they want to practice, let them practice. One day they will show up. At least Vegeta's henchman Lu Fan should have been disabled. Sabo smiled. Sir Frisia, a message has just arrived from the distant gourmet planet. At this time, a younger brother came forward to report. Oh? Gourmet planet? How's that planet? Frisia asked with concern. Because this gourmet planet was specially created by Frisia for Beerus. Wait until Beerus wakes up. Beerus can definitely come to this planet and enjoy the food. Frisia also spent a lot of effort to create such a gourmet planet. Now hearing the news from the gourmet planet, Frisia couldn't help but frown. That gourmet planet was secretly managed by people sent by Frisia. It can be said that the public security on the gourmet planet is pretty good, and there won't be any trouble. It was Lord Chu Yi, who was beaten to death. The younger brother reported. Oh? Really? Frisia smiled. Chu Yi is dead. Dodoria was stunned for a moment. What? Chu Yi's fighting ability is not low. Who killed him? Yes, yes. It was Sion's little prince Vegeta's follower Lu Fan, who released a strange energy, and Chu Yi was instantly turned into scum. The younger brother replied truthfully. What did you say? Dodoria said in a lost voice, you just said that a strange energy was released. According to witnesses, it seems to be a kind of compressed energy. Once this energy enters the body, it will explode. The younger brother replied. So it's compressed energy. Frisia smiled. Vegeta's henchman Lu Fan actually learned this boring trick. But I think Chu Yi was careless. What are Vegeta and his henchman Lu Fan doing on the gourmet planet? It seems like they are selling a drink called Coke. The younger brother wiped his sweat. What did you say? What is he doing? Frisia thought he had misheard. Selling drinks. The younger brother replied again. Frisia. Sabo. Dodoria. Ahem, did I hear correctly? Dodoria wiped his sweat. The prince of the Sion nation, a dignified warrior, is selling drinks on a gourmet planet. I can't believe it. Sabo wiped the sweat off his face. Is the news reliable? Frisia asked. It's true, the younger brother responded respectfully. Sir Frisia, you are useless, said Dodoria. Frisia's triangular eyes narrowed slightly, and a hint of murderous intent appeared in his eyes. Dodoria suddenly felt as if she had spoken out of turn. Snap! Dodoria quickly knelt in front of Frisia and kowtowed to beg for mercy. Sir Frisia, what I'm saying is that those two scions are useless. Dodoria wanted to cry. Get up! It's not a big deal. Can't I hear it? Frisia rubbed his nose, smiled, and waved to the little brother. I bowed and retreated. Sir Frisia, are we going to a gourmet planet? Sabo asked. That's not necessary. Frisia chuckled. That planet is my territory anyway. Just have the people over there keep a close eye on Vegeta. Report any news to me immediately. Yes. Lord Frisia. Sabo responded respectfully. Day after day, year after year. 3 years passed in a flash. Lu Fan and Vegeta are still staying on the food planet, selling Coke at a fixed stall. 3 years. 3 years have passed. Why haven't I become a Super Saiyan yet? Vegeta's whole body was trembling. That's because you don't have a peaceful heart. Lu Fan sighed, I've told you so many times that you need to keep your mind calm. Chapter 24. Nonsense. You seem to have calmed down. Have you become a Super Saiyan? Vegeta snorted. Didn't I tell you? I may not be able to become a Super Saiyan. Lu Fan shook his head, I'm taking the path of Super Saiyan God. Tisk. Stop telling me these useless things. Vegeta bared his teeth, I've had enough of this peaceful life. From now on, we'll go our separate ways. I'll pack up and leave this planet. Okay, whatever you want. Lu Fan asked. You don't have to be my sparring partner anymore. Planet Vegeta has disappeared anyway. Vegeta said. What Vegeta didn't know was, during these 3 years, Lu Fan's strength has made a qualitative leap. The 6th universe, the planet Kampa. Gods of Destruction Kampa was lying on a recliner with his eyes closed. It's so boring. I'm not as sleepy as that guy Beerus. Why can't I fall asleep? Kampa said and yawned. Angel Vados is holding a scepter in his hand and observing the universe. Hey, Vados, find something to do. Kampa turned his head and glanced at Vados. What does Lord Kampa want to do? Vados asked with a smile, temporarily retracting the scepter. Is there anything delicious recently? Kampa asked. Delicious food. Vados shook his head. It seems that we have eaten almost all the delicacies in our universe. There is nothing new to find. After all, hundreds of millions of years have passed. We have eaten everything we should eat. You're right. Kampa nodded, looking disappointed. Lord Kampa, can you please consider if there is anything you have eaten before that you would like to eat now? Vados asked. Something I've eaten before and want to eat now. Kampa thought about it carefully, shook his head in disappointment again, and said nonchalantly, by the way, we don't have it in our universe. Are there any delicious foods in other universes? Another universe? Vados was stunned for a moment, thought about it, and replied, you know what, Master Kampa? I heard that there is a gourmet planet in the 7th universe. That planet has all the delicacies in the entire universe. Do you want to go there and have a taste? A gourmet planet? Kampa was slightly stunned. Does this kind of planet exist? Before Lord Beerus went to sleep, he commissioned Frisia, who was known as the Emperor of the Universe, to work for him. In order to please Lord Beerus, Mr. Frisia specially built a gourmet planet for him so that Lord Beerus could enjoy it after he woke up. Vados explained. What did you say? Kampa widened his eyes, revealing a look of envy and jealousy. Why is Beerus's younger brother so discerning? Even created a gourmet planet specifically for him? What about me? I don't seem to have a younger brother yet. It seems that I should find myself a younger brother. By the way, let's go try it first. What if the food on that gourmet planet isn't that good? If the food there is not delicious, why should I create such a food planet? Vados, shall we go try it? Kampa suggested. Yes, Master Kampa. Vados nodded without objection. Kampa stood beside Vados. Knock. Vados tapped the scepter in his hand lightly on the ground. The bright flames like stars quickly covered Vados and Kampa. Call out. Vados and Kampa sank into the void and soon disappeared without a trace. It took more than an hour to fly. Vados and Kampa finally landed on the gourmet planet. After arriving at the gourmet planet, Kampa could clearly smell the fireworks here. It really feels like a gourmet planet. Kampa nodded. Master Kampa, what shall we eat? Vados asked. Hey! Kampa grabbed a frogman and said, tell me, where is the most delicious food on this planet? Frogman. That's enough of you. Why do they arrest me when asking for directions? That's how that scion brat named Vegeta grabbed me 3 years ago. Today this catman came to catch me too. Speak up, why are you in a daze? Kampa knocked the frogman on the head. Quack. The frogman couldn't help but shout. Okay, got it. It's over there. Kampa nodded and threw the frogman aside. Frogman. Did you know? Did I just speak my language? How do you know? Can you understand my language? The most unique flavored chicken wings? Are they delicious? Kampa walked towards the direction pointed by the frogman. Chicken wings? This is the first time I've heard of this kind of food. Maybe it's called differently. Vados guessed. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Kampa smiled. Kampa and Vados soon arrived at the flavored chicken wings restaurant. In fact, most of the restaurants on Food Planet serve the same type of food. Just like this flavored chicken wings. This shop mainly sells chicken wings. There are 4 main types of chicken wings: grilled chicken wings, steamed chicken wings, boiled chicken wings and fried chicken wings. Considering the thinking of the owner of this shop, it is not easy to think of these 4 options. Of course, these 4 methods of cooking chicken wings do not use much seasoning, just a little salt. Even so, Kampa and Vados were still eaten with gusto. I never thought that the wings of this degenerated pterosaur bird could be so delicious. Kampa's mouth was full of oil. Yeah, it's the first time I've eaten such delicious chicken wings. Vados nodded in agreement. Is this your first time eating chicken wings? Asked an alien next to me. Yes. Vados nodded politely. It will taste even better if you eat it with Coke. The alien said, taking a sip of Coke and taking a bite of the chicken wing. What? What are you talking about? Kampa was slightly stunned. What did you drink? The urine of the dung beetle on the planet Medalla, alien. What are you talking about? This is called Coke, and it's the best drink on the planet. The alien sighed. This cat person is really ignorant. Drinks? How delicious can they be? Kampa was stunned for 3 seconds. Drinks only. It's not like I haven't drunk it before. Of course it tastes good. This drink has become popular all over the gourmet planet, the alien replied. Where can I buy it? Kampa asked. There's a Coke shop at the intersection over there, the only one on this planet, the alien replied, but I'm afraid they're out of stock at this hour. Chapter 25. What do you mean? What do you mean there is nothing to sell? Kampa was puzzled. This Coke shop only sells 1,000 bottles of Coke a day, the alien replied, we don't sell more than that. There are still guys doing business like this? Is it because they have run out of raw materials? Kampa asked. The raw materials should be sufficient. I guess this is probably a form of hunger marketing. After saying this, the alien took another bite of the chicken wing, drank a glass of Coke, and even smacked his lips, revealing an intoxicated expression. Kampa felt a little envious when he saw the alien so intoxicated. Vados, let's go check out that Coke shop. I think the cola here should be pretty good. Kampa whispered to Vados. Didn't they say they were sold out at this time? Vados said with a smile. Humph, if I go there, will he dare not sell it to me? Kampa said with a smile. Oh, if you use force, he will never sell it to you. What can you do? Vados sighed. Then beat him to death. Kampa said, one person's death is not a big deal anyway. Leading. Let's go and take a look together, Kampa suggested. Okay. Vados nodded, pack it first. As he spoke, Vados asked the waiter to pack his chicken wings. Kampa. Why bother? Just pack when you leave, said Kampa. Why wait until you leave to pack your things when you can just pack them now? Vados said with a smile. It's up to you. Just hurry up. Maybe you can still buy some Coke. Kampa snorted. I don't want to cause trouble in Beerus universe unless it's absolutely necessary. Yeah, it will be ready soon. Vados nodded slightly. After the chicken wings are packed, Kampa and Base walked towards the Coke shop where Lu Fan was. Today's Coke is sold out. Lu Fan has also closed his stall. At this time, Vegeta had packed his luggage and planned to part ways with Lu Fan. I have been experiencing life with you for 3 years. I didn't become a Super Saiyan at all. Not only that, my combat effectiveness has only increased by a little over 200 in these 3 years. Vegeta wanted to cry. Lu Fan is such a rip-off. Tisk, if I practiced hard, my combat power would have reached at least 100,000 in these 3 years. Vegeta said to Lu Fan unhappily before leaving. Your Highness, don't be so confident. Lu Fan sighed. What did you say? Vegeta was so angry. I am the most talented Saiyan, you know that. Your Highness, your future achievements. If you leave me, I estimate that the highest height you can reach is 18,000. Lu Fan said. Vegeta. Vegeta felt heartbroken. What did you say? Whose combat power is only at the level of 18,000? What are you talking about? Humph, that's nonsense. Vegeta snorted, just wait, in a few years, my combat power will definitely reach 100,000. When that time comes, I will come back to find you, provided that you are still alive. Hello, is anyone there? Just as Vegeta finished speaking, Kampa's voice came from outside the house. Behind Lu Fan and Vegeta's cola shop is a house with an area of about 400 square meters. The two of them usually live in this house. The gourmet planet is about the same size as Namek. Therefore, most of the buildings here have a relatively large area. A house of more than 400 square meters is considered small on this gourmet planet. Vegeta and Lu Fan's universe spaceship is parked in the yard of the house. Today's Coke is sold out. Lu Fan said to the outside. Swish. As soon as Lu Fan finished speaking, he saw Kampa and Vados falling rapidly from the air and appearing in the yard. Lu Fan was slightly stunned. How come these two guys are here? Vegeta was just about to board the universe spaceship and leave, but after seeing the two uninvited guests, he stopped for a moment. Vegeta looked at Kampa silently. I feel like I've seen this person somewhere before. But for a moment, Vegeta couldn't remember who the other person was. Vegeta guessed. I have seen so many aliens, this one doesn't seem to be anything special. Boy, give me a cup of Coke. Kampa said to Lu Fan. Sold out. Lu Fan said. What did you say? Kampa's face darkened instantly. Do you know who I am? I don't know, are you famous? Lu Fan shook his head. Oh my, Lord Kampa, don't be impulsive. We are guests from afar. If there is anything, just discuss it properly. Vados couldn't bear it anymore. Humph, we only sell 1,000 bottles of Coke a day. It would be strange if negotiation would work. Kampa rolled his eyes. Mr. Lu Fan, we come from a very distant star field. Can you give us a cup of Coke to try? Vados said politely. Vados, you'd better not waste your energy on that. Compa smiled lightly. I think it's better to beat this guy up and then let him make us a cup of Coke to try. If it tastes good, take him back to our planet and let him make Coke for us every day. If it doesn't taste good, I think there's no need for him to exist. Okay. Lu Fan suddenly said, but I'll only make it for you to drink. Thank you. Vados smiled and nodded. What did you say? Compa was angry at the time. Do you mean to make it only for Vados and not for me? Compa was just about to step forward to deal with Lu Fan. But Compa changed his mind and didn't intend to take action immediately. Let this guy get Vados a cup of Coke first. If it tastes good, I'll make other plans. If it doesn't taste good, I'll kill it. Lu Fan went over and got a cup of Coke and handed it to Vados. Vados took the Coke and took a sip. This bite. Vados' eyebrows began to dance. This is so delicious. This taste is simply unmatched. Vados smacked his lips, experiencing the pleasure on his taste buds. Vados, how does it taste? Compa asked. However, after Compa asked, he already knew what it tasted like. The way Vados drinks. It would be strange if it didn't taste good. Vados quickly drank a cup of Coke. Vados even took the empty cup and dripped the last drop of Coke into his mouth. Compa. UFGBD. Leave me some. You are so shameless. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you are notified of future uploads. You can find the next parts in the playlist visible on the screen or on my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.